or Wegmans.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 12 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, January 16th. Your top story, violent protests continue in Minnesota.
I'm Jessica Tighe. A guilty plea 13 years later.
On and off snow throughout the day today, 1 to 3 inches total accumulation, high of 35. Tonight, light chance of snow, mostly cloudy and breezy, and a low of 15. 32 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 12 o'clock. From the WTMJ breaking newsroom, with more violent protests taking place in Minnesota over ICE operations and 2 shootings involving federal agents, President Trump is considering sending in the U.S. military. ABC's Matt Rivers is in Minneapolis.
Amidst the violence, President Trump now threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act, which would give the president the power to deploy U.S. military forces in Minnesota. Generally, the use of federal troops on U.S. soil is prohibited, but the president can invoke the 218-year-old law if requested by governors or if he determines that there is an insurrection.
Federal immigration agents in Minneapolis have used aggressive crowd control tactics, saying they are necessary to protect officers from violent attacks and growing protests.
After meeting with President Trump, the Venezuelan opposition leader is hopeful for a peaceful transition of power.
Maria Corina Machado said she's confident about an orderly transition, and once it's fully accomplished,
the United States will not only be a safer nation, but one that will have more prosperity and strength.
And she assured the Venezuelan people
Venezuela is going to be free, and that's going to be achieved with the support of the people of the United States and the president, Donald Trump.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
2 men involved in the death of a teenager over 13 years ago agreed to enter guilty pleas as part of a deferred prosecution agreement. Jesse Cole and Robert Berenger pled guilty to felony murder for the death of 16-year-old Corey Stingley. His mother, Alicia Stingley.
A mother is not supposed to bury her child. Kids are supposed to bury their parents, right? That's the natural order of things. However, that's not the way it happened in my life.
Medical examiners ruled Stingley's death a homicide due to asphyxia after he was physically restrained by multiple people during a suspected shoplifting incident at a West Dallas convenience store. The deferred prosecution agreement recommends community service for Berenger and Cole rather than jail time.
New AI technology from Milwaukee's 911 systems with firm boundaries in place.
Officials say the technology is used for training and quality assurance, not live call handling.
The technology isn't there. AI, as it's been implemented in neighboring counties and agencies, is taking non-emergency calls. And caller just says what they want, and then it routes them to the correct agency or department.
Director of the DEC, Tony Bueno, tells WTMJ.
Comms coach goes in, they grab the call, they grab the audio, they evaluate it, they summarize that evaluation, then they purge all of that information.
Bueno says Project Forward 911 will not be replacing human dispatchers. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Passengers on board Milwaukee County buses will soon see new measures to fight both fare evasion and threats to drivers.
2 pilot programs focused on enhancing driver safety on MCTS buses and requiring riders to pay roll out January 19th. The safety plan will include plainclothes sheriff's deputies on targeted bus routes, along with plans to test larger operator shields that recently entered the market. Meanwhile, MCTS will also deploy uniformed security personnel at high evasion bus stops and on select buses to deter fare evasion. Officials say both pilots will run throughout 2026. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Not much movement here, but the Dow is off about 10 points at 49,432. NASDAQ down about 7 at 23,522. And the S&P 500 bouncing back and forth, currently about 2 points in the green at 69.46. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. For details, visit annexwealth.com.
Oh, to be a fly in the wall. Negotiations continue with Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:04.
This report's sponsored by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin's Health Network.
What will medicine look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now? And who is going to lead us there? I'm Dr. Amir Ghaffari, Professor of Surgery and President and CEO of the Physician Enterprise at the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. New knowledge, never settling. That's what will get us there. Because as one of the few academic health systems in the nation, we push further and train the next generation of experts. Beyond our acclaimed medical care, our research keeps advancing the field, leading to breakthrough treatments and providing the foundation for the innovations of tomorrow. You have access to all of that right here. If you have heart disease, if you have a loved one dealing with cancer, if you're just trying to keep your family healthy, this level of care is invaluable. Through the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we are pushing ahead, giving our patients and our community the best of what academic medicine can offer today and tomorrow.
If you've been thinking about a makeover for your kitchen cabinets, let me tell you why now is the perfect time. During the New Year New Kitchen event at Redo Cabinets, you'll get 75% off installation with every remodeling project, plus no interest and no payments until 2027. That's right, 2027. It's Redo Cabinets' best offer of the year. You'll transform your existing kitchen with a fresh new look and premium products made right here in the USA. Quickly transform your dated kitchen without the hassle, the stress, and the cost of a full remodel with premium cabinet refacing in just days. Learn about the options, the colors, the styles, the accessories, and the savings. The Redo Cabinets New Year New Kitchen event is on now. Get 75% off installation, plus no interest or payments until 2027. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit RedoCabinets.com. This year, don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. Negotiations on a multi-year contract extension for Matt LaFleur continue in Green Bay. If talks break down, ESPN's Adam Schefter believes the market for LaFleur would be strong.
If the Green Bay Packers don't work it out, I'm telling you right now, Matt LaFleur would get more money from other teams, and there would be multiple teams, in my mind, that would be willing to step in and offer draft pick compensation to the Green Bay Packers to get it done.
The NFL playoffs resume Saturday with a pair of games on the schedule. Bills at Broncos in the AFC, 49ers at Seahawks in the NFC. Sunday's game features the Texans and Patriots, followed by the Rams and Bears from Chicago. College basketball tonight, Marquette continues Big East play in Chicago at DePaul. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 7:30.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. A much better situation right now on the roads than it was this morning. I know it was a mess this morning. There were numerous crashes, tons of backups. It was slick. Doing much better right now. We do have one situation in the Mount Pleasant area, Yorkville area, in Racine County. There's a disabled vehicle actually that just got the boot on the exit to Wisconsin 20 from 4194 South. Looks like the tow truck just removed that disabled vehicle, so that's good news. I do still see the emergency responder out there, but I imagine that responder will be on his or her way very soon as well. We also still have a disabled vehicle on the ramp from Wisconsin 164 to 43 South. That's in Waukesha County. Other than that, we are looking good with the exception of, Greg, I just see one that just popped up at 12:04. This is brand new. And this looks bad. I-43 North is closed. This is a big one. I-43 North closed right now at the ramp from Wisconsin 32 South. That's Grafton Avenue because of a fire. I do see the fire trucks out there right now, emergency responders out there. I definitely see some smoke. Let me go in and see if I can get a better look at this as well. Oh, yeah, this just popped up, but fire truck is at the scene already, so that's some good news. You'll definitely want to avoid this if you can. This is happening right now. I-43 North closed at the ramp from Wisconsin 32 South, Grafton Avenue in Ozaukee County.
On and off snow flurries today, a total of 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, high of 35 degrees, windy as well. Chance of light snow this evening, low of 15. Scattered snow possible on Saturday, windy with a high of 22. We fall to 18 degrees on Sunday, a high of just 6 degrees now on Monday. 33, mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 12:09.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
Friday edition, Wisconsin's Midday News. Hope your day is going great. Greg and Jessica with you till 3. Gina producing the program. Here we go.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
A major update just in from Milwaukee Public Schools. The state has released the final $8 million it was withholding, and MPS has officially submitted its 2024-2025 audit. District leaders say this marks a major step forward in fixing longstanding financial and operational issues. MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casellia says new systems, rebuilt finance teams, and stronger oversight for the progress will ensure timely reports and accurate books in the future. She says it's all aimed at restoring trust and keeping the focus where it belongs, on students, families, and staff.
A bipartisan delegation of 11 U.S. lawmakers are in Denmark today, reassuring Danish and Greenlandic leaders of congressional support for their territorial integrity.
Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski said the intent of the trip is to bring back views on the president's stance.
We heard about the concerns and the fears directly from the people of Greenland.
Delaware Democratic Senator Chris Coons disputed the president's rationale for acquiring the territory.
Are there real pressing threats to the security of Greenland from China and Russia? No, not today.
Asked what Congress could do to stop Trump, Murkowski noted polls show overwhelming opposition to a U.S. takeover. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
The delegation aims to counter the White House's rhetoric regarding the seizure of Greenland and highlight the ironclad U.S. commitment to the NATO alliance. Meanwhile, lawmakers recently introduced bipartisan legislation in Washington designed to block the U.S. government from taking over Greenland by force.
More streaming services are raising prices. The latest? Paramount Plus and Spotify. Paul Erickson is principal analyst at Omdia Media and Entertainment. He says so far, consumers are still willing to absorb the price hikes.
The cost of content is always going up. So I don't know where it stops, but obviously it has to stop somewhere because eventually consumers will reach their limit.
Just make it stop. You can fight back against streamflation with the so-called churn strategy. That's subscribing to one service for just a month to binge a particular show. Maybe you love that show, then canceling and moving to the next. But it will, in most cases, still cost you something, because most providers are no longer offering free trials. But I will say, Greg, just this week we got a free trial for Apple TV. So I know that they still have a free trial, but the general one, it's only for 7 days. So you really have to binge.
Yeah, you got to go quick, right? You got to play the game. Like, it is such a game with streaming services, cable, like anything, right? Your prices are going to be discounted to get you into it. And then they're going to be inflated, and they're going to go up. They're going to double in some cases, and then they're going to hop somewhere else. Then they're going to go back to the thing you just left. Like, it's all a game. It's so frustrating, too.
And if you do all that, you have to keep track of all of it.
Exactly. That's not easy either. 12:12 here on WTMJ. Just getting started here. It's Wisconsin's Midday News on a Friday.
Hi, WTMJ's Sandy Max here to tell you about incredible career opportunities with my friends at 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman. 3 Pillars is ranked best in continuing care, assisted and independent living, and it's a certified great place to work. They're hiring caregivers within their assisted living and memory care communities. Full and part-time day or evening shifts starting at $20 per hour, and you could get more based on experience and shifts. The best part, you'll make a difference in the lives of others every day. Go to 3pillars.org and click on the Careers tab to learn more.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs, Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes, and like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeansitwaukesha.com. Sitmeansitwaukesha.com.
Some on and off snow this afternoon, total of 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. That does factor in what happened overnight and into the morning hours. Chance of light snow tonight, low of 15. Saturday, scattered snow, possible windy, minor accumulation, high of 22. We dropped to 18 degrees for our high on Sunday, just 6 degrees on Monday, partly cloudy, very cold. 33, mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 12:15.
What does it really mean to be healthy in Milwaukee? And why does your zip code still matter so much? This week, the City of Milwaukee Health Department released its 2025 Community Health Assessment, a deep, data-driven snapshot of life, health, and opportunity across our city. And this is nearly 70 pages long. In fact, the printer broke, Greg. Remember earlier this week when I printed it?
That was a problem.
Well, it's built from thousands of community voices, and it asks some necessary questions about where we're thriving and where we're falling behind. We gave you a quick summary of it when the city first released it this week, but now we want to dive into the details with two leaders from the Milwaukee Health Department. Allie Reed and Dominique Hyatt Oates join us live in the studio. You were both critical in putting this together, so thank you so much for being here.
Sure. Thank you.
Before we get into the results, I think it's important for people to understand how you got to those results. Where does all the information come from? Who did you talk to, and what did you look at?
We started off with changing our community health assessment to follow a 3-year time frame. Normally, we complete this every 5 years, but our healthcare systems complete a community health needs assessment every 3 years. So we wanted to be on board with the other key players and who are giving health information to the community.
And what is it? Is it through surveys? Is it through interviews? Is it a mix? Who are you actually talking to?
So it's really important to look at data, but it's also important to talk to the community. So we did do over 3,800 interviews with City of Milwaukee residents. Additionally, we took part in focus groups in different areas of the city. We wanted to make sure that every neighborhood and every group in the city was covered. And also we did key informant interviews with leaders in the community.
So, Dominique, what priority health concerns were pulled out of the data that you collected?
So the priority health concerns are actually very similar to the previous community health assessment plan. Maternal child health, we have violence and injuries, substance use, and chronic health issues.
When you talk about substance use, you learn that unintentional overdoses are a big, big problem here in Milwaukee, impacting the life expectancy in our city. Why has this become such a dominant driver of premature death?
So since 2017, the deaths from unintentional injury have almost doubled, as you noted. And this has become a big issue. It's a reflection of some of the what we call social determinants of health, things that are affecting the lives of people every day. Things like stress or their mental health or unemployment or not having stable housing. All these things can lead to those unintentional injuries or overdoses.
And how do overdoses compare to lives lost due to homicides in our city? Because that's something that people care about and people hear about. They see it on the news and they hear it on the news.
So you're sorry, can you repeat the question again? Yes.
How do overdoses compare to lives lost due to homicides in the city? Because overdoses are a big problem. Homicides still a problem.
Homicides
in the city.
are definitely still a big problem. And actually the data shows that we have more issue with homicides than suicides in the city of Milwaukee, which is unusual. It's flipped in a lot of other cities. And overdose deaths are still higher. There's many more.
Well, in a lot of this stems from economic instability, right? The reason why you might be selling drugs on the street or why there may not be a strong home base for individuals to reside. It could also lead to mental health challenges as well. how do you implement a plan, right? I mean, the data collected is very important, but I think it's step one in identifying an opportunity to improve. So where does it go from here? How do you work on improving those outcomes?
Yes, so we will be making sure that the community is able to get this information. We're going to go out to the neighborhoods, not just to the residents, but also to our elected officials, to other organizations, and making sure that they get this information. We then get together with the community again to complete what's called a community health improvement plan. This allows us to have actionable, measurable steps to improve the top health issues that we saw during the community health assessment.
And 5 health priority health issues emerged: chronic disease, maternal and child health, mental health, substance use, violence and injury. We talked about a couple of those, but let's dive into real quickly here maternal and child health. Even as infant mortality declines overall, 66% of all infant deaths in the Milwaukee area are among Black infants. Why does that gap still persist even today?
It goes back to what Allie mentioned, which are the social determinants of health. So we're looking at economic stability, housing stability, access to healthcare, and even thinking to like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That means that your basic needs need to be met first. And if your basic needs aren't met, that makes it that much more difficult to go to those annual appointments. If you don't have someone who can watch your children, or if you don't have transportation, if you can't take off of work, these are all factors that impact people's abilities to get the care that they need.
You know, there could be a housing crisis in many neighborhoods here in Milwaukee, and MPS just finished a long, extensive remediation process for removing lead. There was a lot of homes that were built well before 1979, and in analyzing the report here, residents are constantly saying that mold, lead, fear of eviction, there's a number of driving factors that are hurting and damaging their health. How do you prioritize all of those different things to make sure that the homes people are living in are safe and habitable?
So that is a large question. And I would say, really, that's why we're here and why we're trying to get so much information out about the community health assessment plan, because it's going to take everyone pitching in, and it's going to take more than just healthcare. We see that health is predominantly impacted by economic and social factors. So more so than even clinical care impacts health. So we need everyone to come together. This is a collaboration. Everyone has an opportunity to do something that helps take care of our community.
Allie, which of these 5 priorities are you most confident that Milwaukee can make progress on? And which do you look at and say, this is going to be the hardest?
Well, I think they're all high priority. I think we really need to address the needs of our residents, but I do think that housing is one that we can tackle with the community. I know you just asked Dominique about that. 85% of our housing stock was built before 1979, I think it was. So the lead paint is there. We have to be able to give our community the resources they need to rehab, and we have to support them so they can make changes to have their children grow up in healthy environments. Also, we have to look at external environmental factors when we talk about housing in neighborhoods, idling cars or living near factories in some of these neighborhoods. So these are all important things to look at, and I believe that they're all huge priority areas, but housing is one we can tackle as a community.
Dominique, I'm looking through the report and noticing that mental health emergencies continue to grow here in Milwaukee and southeastern Wisconsin, but I see a lot of them are leading to ER visits. And my first thought is if you have a mental health issue, treatment is available for you, but maybe we're not catching those people quick enough, right? Is that a problem that's showing up? Why ER versus treatment?
It's easy. I mean, I don't know when's the last time, or I don't know if, for the listeners, if you've tried to establish care with a mental health provider, it's a long wait. Mm-hmm. And then we also have to factor in, does insurance cover it? Does it not cover it? What type of insurance does an individual have? And with as I mentioned before, with your basic level of needs not being met, you may not catch that you're getting to an emergency point, and then all of a sudden it's there. And so people, I would say, in part, it's the desperation.
Desperation, that's hard to hear. For both of you, as we wrap up here, if someone takes away one thing from this 69-page report, what should it be? Because this is stacked with a lot of important information. Allie, you want to
Yeah,
start?
sure. I'll start. I think that people know that we are a diverse and young city and that there is hope. This isn't all gloom and doom. We do have a lot to work on. I think that we need to focus on our population that's 44 and under, because that's over 60% of the population. And if we do a lot of prevention education, I think we can really make a difference. I think knowledge is power for people in our community.
Dominique, what about for you?
I would say that I would hope that everyone sees themselves as a steward of this community health assessment. As I mentioned, 40% of health needs are social and economic, such as income and education. So even if you're not a healthcare provider, if you are a teacher, if you are a mentor, if you are just a consumer of Milwaukee, you have an opportunity to impact health in Milwaukee.
Without a doubt. Thank you so much. That is Allie Reed and Dominique Hyatt Oates talking about the City of Milwaukee Health Department's 2025 Community Health Assessment just released this week. We thank you both for your time today.
Thank you.
It is 12:26. Coming up next, it's your top local news and national headlines as well.
Restaurant inflation is everywhere, but not at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Friday haddock fish fry is all you care to eat. All other dinners are buy one, get one free, including the pan-fried walleye, the pecan-crusted salmon. They've got new dishes. They're delicious. I was just there. Try the new twin lobster tails, braised pork shank, and the mixed grill of a filet, shrimp, and scallops, all buy one, get one free. Any entree and dessert, buy one, get one free. Even the ice cream drinks, even on the weekend. Unwind with an old-fashioned. Choose from 20 bourbons, 100 wines in the Fox and Hound's Old World Rustic Bar, 8 dining rooms, 7 real wood-burning fireplaces. It's so cozy as soon as you walk in the door. Thousands of holiday lights and decorations are still up. It's amazing and beautiful. Saturday, your second prime rib dinner is free. Also serving Saturday lunch from 11 to 2, just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Google Fox and Hounds. It's the famous Fox and Hounds. Tables are open from 4 p.m.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. If 2025 didn't go exactly as planned, you're not alone. You made it through, and that's what counts. Now it's time for taxes, and for a lot of people, that's when the stress kicks in, especially if things got messy along the way. The good news? A rough year doesn't mean a ruined future. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties, plus another $150,000 in taxes, because we know the tax law. Imagine walking into tax season with a plan, clarity, and someone in your corner who knows the tax law and knows how to use it. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see how we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
And now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, "I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house." Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. She also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for roofing and also replacement windows, decks, and of course siding. They've done it all at the Matzek households over the years. It started with windows, transforming our 1953 Milwaukee home into something beautiful. And then, on our new house, brand new LP Smart Side siding. Built 8 years ago, our house still looks brand new. Make sure to connect with Eric about patio projects as well. They've expanded our outdoor living space to an area fit with a beautiful cedar pergola, paver patio, gas fire pit, and more. The best in lighting? I can control it from my phone. All there at Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. Take the next step and check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. It's 12:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, January 16th. Your top story, rescued and hospitalized after an apartment fire.
I'm Jessica Tighe, hoping to end taxes for tips.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. President Trump, before leaving for Florida, telling reporters he had a great meeting with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado yesterday. Her party seen as the legitimate winner of the presidential election. Machado thanking the president for helping Venezuela oust leader Nicolas Maduro and presented him with her Nobel Peace Medal.
I got to know her. I never met her before, and I was very, very impressed. She's this is a fine woman.
The president also says he called off attacks on Iran after learning Iranian leaders canceled the hangings of anti-government protesters yesterday, arrested in recent uprising. Flu cases continuing to rise nationwide, but the CDC also says some areas of the country are seeing a decrease in activity. This season so far, the CDC has recorded 18 million illnesses, 230,000 hospitalizations, and 9,300 flu-related deaths, nearly 2,000 more deaths than last week. It includes 15 pediatric flu deaths in just the past week. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 12:31. 3 people were taken to the hospital. Many others were rescued after a fire at an apartment building on Milwaukee's south side. Emergency crews were called about 6:30 this morning near 27th and Loomis. Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky tells WTMJ multiple people were trapped inside, with some hanging out windows. The building had working smoke detectors but no sprinklers. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
In an effort to encourage more radon testing, a southeastern Wisconsin health department is offering free test kits.
The odorless and invisible gas can impact your home and lead to multiple health issues. Environmental health expert Trista Groth says testing is the only way to know if you're being exposed to high levels of radon.
Radon can increase your chances of developing lung cancer. If you're a smoker, your chances are even more increased. So we want to provide that awareness that people should be testing for it.
People can bring in a non-perishable food item to the Washington Ozaukee Public Health Department in exchange for a free short-term test kit. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Dating app crimes are on the rise in Milwaukee when victims think they're meeting someone for a date but getting jumped or robbed instead. Alderman Peter Bergelis tells WTMJ the issue hits close to home for him.
A friend of mine was tragically murdered in Philadelphia in 2014 in a similar circumstance. He was missing for a few days, and they found his body beaten, bludgeoned in an alley.
Milwaukee police say the issue is especially affecting the LGBTQ plus community. There have been 20 reported robberies and some reports of assault.
The Wisconsin State Assembly approves 2 bills to end state income taxes on tips.
In one bill, the tax exemptions would apply on tips for 3 years, mirroring the federal deduction passed last year. The Assembly's GOP majority rejected an amendment to increase the tipped minimum wage, which is less than the standard minimum wage. The other bill applies to a portion of overtime pay, with tax exemptions capped at $12,500 worth of income for individuals or $25,000 for married filers. Both pieces of legislation now head to the state Senate. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And elite wheelchair basketball is rolling into Pewaukee this weekend.
Paralympians are heading to the annual Big Cheese Classic to compete in the wheelchair basketball tournament this weekend.
So we have Division I, Division III, varsity, prep, and women's, and all 5 of them are playing for really the only time of the season.
Wausau Community Outreach Director Emily Oberst tells WTMJ,
Our tournament has such a great reputation within the wheelchair basketball community that, everyone wants to get in. And unfortunately, we can't host all the teams. There is a cutoff, but it's just amazing to see what it's turned into.
Oberst says fans will see Paralympic-level talent along with young athletes working toward the national stage. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Our talk's breaking down what's happening. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:34.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Want to tell you about my friends at the Hounds and Tap. It's in Menominee Falls, right off Silver Spring, and it is our go-to place for doggy daycare, boarding, and grooming services for our Greyhound night. Amazing place, amazing people, and designed for dogs. For years, we've trusted the Hounds and Tap with nights daycare, boarding, and grooming because, well, they're the best. If you're searching for top-tier services and a team you can trust, check out the Hounds and Tap. It's in Menominee Falls. View their services online and get connected at thehoundsandtap.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's Christmas in January and a family fish fry Friday at the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford, the most affordable, family-friendly weekend dining destination. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Mine Shaft. It's big food, big fun. I created incredible memories with my daughters at the Mine Shaft. You can do the same, especially this time of year. The holiday decorations are still up. It'll brighten your day. The all-you-can-eat haddock fish fry is $8.99. You'll pay twice that at other restaurants. That kids menu starts at $3.99 with a world-class game room quietly tucked away from the dining area. Try the hot homemade soups, so good on a cold winter day. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh, right near the EAA. Enjoy your all-you-can-eat $8.99 haddock fish fry today, serving from 10:30 a.m. I also recommend the Saturday morning all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet from 8 till noon for under $10. Crazy low price. There's no restaurant inflation at the Mine Shaft in Hartford. Check it out, the amazing Mine Shaft.
Is it currently snowing in your hallway? Or maybe your upstairs is a sauna while your basement is a skating rink. If your heating and cooling system is confused, call the experts at Capital. We'll replace that old crotchety clunker of a system with a brand new factory fresh heating and cooling system and save you $1,000. That's $1,000 off a total comfort system. Give your home the upgrade it deserves. Capital will turn brrr into ah.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. Negotiations on a multi-year contract extension for Matt LaFleur continue in Green Bay. If talks break down, ESPN's Adam Schefter believes the market for LaFleur would be strong.
If the Green Bay Packers don't work it out, I'm telling you right now, Matt LaFleur would get more money from other teams, and there would be multiple teams, in my mind, that would be willing to step in and offer draft pick compensation to the Green Bay Packers to get it done.
The NFL playoffs resume Saturday. 2 games on the schedule. Bills at Broncos in the AFC and 49ers at Seahawks in the NFC. Winners advance to the AFC and NFC championship games. Sunday's games feature the Texans and Patriots in Foxborough, followed by the Rams and Bears from Chicago. And college basketball tonight, Marquette continues Big East play on the road at DePaul. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 7:30.
Let's get you an update on this issue that we have in Ozaukee County right now. This is significant. 43 North is closed at the ramp from Wisconsin 32 South, Grafton Avenue, because of a truck fire. Looks like that there was a semi on fire. I will tell you, at least to look at the bright side here, the flames are out. I don't see any smoke anymore. Last time I checked in with you, about 12:15 or so, smoke was just billowing off into the sky. The fire department is out there. Emergency responders are out there. They are doing their work. It looks like the fire is out, but this is a mess. And because of it, I-43 North is closed right now with the ramp from Wisconsin 32 South to Grafton Avenue in Ozaukee County.
Well, not the easiest commute of all. That snow is really impacting things. A little slippery this morning. Some isolated afternoon showers of the snow variety are possible. 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. High of 35 degrees today. Wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour. Tonight, chance of light snow, mostly cloudy and breezy, a low of 15. Saturday, scattered snow showers are possible. Windy and breezy with a high of 22. Sunday's high 18, just 6 degrees for a high on Monday. It is 33 and cloudy in Milwaukee at 12:39. Well, it's an East Side staple and has been since 1946. One of my absolute favorite places, not only in Milwaukee, Jessica, but on the planet. That is not a stretch. Glorioso's Italian Market, one of Milwaukee's most iconic businesses on Brady Street, celebrating its 80th anniversary. Roughly 4 months after a fire on the store's second floor forced them to close. They were closed for the holidays. So many people love Gloriosos throughout the year, but especially gearing up for the holiday season. Just a terrible time for this event. But the grand opening and reopening and 80th anniversary ribbon cutting ceremony is scheduled for Tuesday of next week at 10 o'clock. Carmine Preste is Glorioso's president and owner and joins us in the studio. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Let's go back to October, Carmine. You're only about a year and a half or so into owning Glorioso's, taking it over from the family, the three brothers who started it back in the 40s. Just a wonderful legacy with the Glorioso family. You know well about that. What happened in October that forced you to shut down here?
Yeah, so on October 3rd, on our second floor where we have we call it our IT room, server room, it caught on fire around 3 in the morning. The fire marshals deemed it as an electrical short. So the complete IT room just, burnt to the ground with some other rooms next door. We have our laundry room, employee restrooms. The store itself didn't sustain any damage other than smoke damage. But anyone that has worked with smoke in the past, is very hard to get the smell out of the store. So most of the construction was on our second floor, which is mostly for employees. The store itself, other than smoke damage, it was a lot of restorations. We hired Service Masters Restorations from out of Wisconsin, and they worked 28 days straight, ran 2 shifts, 24/7, about 15 crews on each shift. So it just goes to show how much cleaning was done for 28 days straight.
I absolutely love Glorioso's. I live probably a few blocks from it. The Human Torch, by the way. I love that spicy sandwich. That is so good. What did you learn about the loyalty of customers during this time? Because I watched some of the interviews from the day when you opened and the smiles on these people's faces as they were just, getting the pasta and putting it into their bins. And I know this particular spot is new for you and your family. So what was it like to fully understand and grasp how much people love this East Side staple here?
Yeah, excellent question. Being in our family business in Illinois, our stores are a little fairly larger. We started ours in 1977, but when we first met Michael and his father, Mr. Glorioso, it was hard for us to understand, the institution of what Gloriosos meant to everybody. So as we've been working there, this last year, Michael's still very heavily involved. You see all the customers know all our employees. They sit down, they talk to everybody. They love chatting with everyone. But once the fire hit and we start receiving social media, emails, U.S. mail, they're sending us letters, and these are just residents and customers, lifelong customers. Hey, can we help with the cleanup? Let us know when you guys have to restock. We'll help you restock. So you see this and you start to understand what the brand and what the Glorioso's Institute, what it means to all the residents and all the customers, that people are reaching out on their own time to offer their help. And you don't see that much, nowadays. But it's heartwarming. It's beautiful. And then my brothers and I couldn't be more happier to be a part of what the Glorioso family worked so hard for, and then it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, I remember when it was probably early 2000s, Glorioso's was across the street.
Correct.
And it was pretty, you couldn't do 2 people in the same aisle, right? You couldn't get by each other. It was just very narrow. They had so much stuff there, and they expanded, obviously, into the beautiful building that exists across the street. But you had, the living Glorioso brothers still working there behind the meat counter, just like I said, that's the job, right? Still working nearly 40 hours a week, which is incredible. And I think when your family stepped in, obviously you want to respect the heritage and what Glorioso's meant. I think there were some locals who said, please don't change anything. It's
100%.
fantastic. And you have done great things to help preserve the legacy of it. It's the same store with different ownership. I think that's how residents now view it.
Correct. Yeah, coming from the same small family, me and Michael hit it off when we first met because Michael's father and my father, there's a lot of similarities. My parents are first generations from Italy, and we see a lot of our families together. But the promise we made to Michael and to Mr. Gloriosos is that we didn't purchase Gloriosos to change anything. We saw a brand that they've worked hard for. Our goal was to keep Gloriosos open for another 100 years, but also Michael had a vision of opening more locations and expanding, and that's what our goal is to expand into the state of Wisconsin and opening more locations. But the family recipes, those are locked in a key, safe, and nothing has changed. We just want to keep the store going as it is and keep the doors open, but no customer would ever notice a change.
This is a big milestone this year, the 80th anniversary, Glorioso since 1946. So what does the next chapter look like for Gloriosos? It's interesting when you look at grocery stores right now and the landscape and even the restaurant industry. I mean, it's a little tough times for some people. And I'm just wondering what the vision is for the next 10, 20 years.
Correct. So, the brand, the Gloriosos brand is that all the products, all the recipes that have been, down from generation to generation, you won't find those at any grocery store. The Glorioso branded products like the sauce, the meatballs, the sandwiches, the homemade sausage, the Christmas sausage we're going on right now, these are all family recipes that are from, Michael, from his father's brothers. So these recipes that we use the same ingredients, we will never change ingredients, and we want to keep it as a kind of a small footprint where customers come in there, they feel happy to walk around the store. It's not overwhelming. It's not a large format, but you're going to get quality ingredients, quality, stuff in the store that's going to make it a memorable experience on shopping. But then also if you want to have lunch or if you want to have dinner, keep that same small family Italian atmosphere where our stores are a little larger format in Illinois and, some of our competitors out here, they're just larger format stores, so it's hard to get that small format into letting customers come in there, want to hang out for an hour, do a little bit of shopping, getting some good quality food, and that's, I think, the difference in the Glorioso brand, and for expanding other locations. We are heavily already involved with a couple cities looking to open up another location. It would be the same footprint, same size, just trying to. We have lots of customers that travel a long way, hour and a half. So we're just trying to bridge the gap to make it easier for them to visit.
Any hints on those other cities?
Blink
We'd
your
love
eyes.
to know that.
Yeah, blink your eyes if it's Madison. Blink your eyes.
Everyone's been asking, but we have been working with a couple cities, and we hope in the next month or two to have some good news. But we are heavily looking to open our second location.
We host a number of friends from around the town, family as well, and I try and bring people to Gloriosos because I think it's such a treasure. And they always walk out and say, we don't have this where we live. Like, I don't know where I'd even find it or begin. And there's some like European grocery stores or whatever where they live, but there's no true, authentic Italian everything kind of stores. So they're blown away. When people were here for the RNC, Carmine, they asked us, where do we go? You can get food anywhere. I said the best lunch spot is probably Gloriosos. Like, it's a place you just have to go to it. So we turned on some national folks here to Gloriosos for what it is. It's just that meaningful of a place, and it's unique, and it's just a wonderful treasure.
And that's where we couldn't be more happier than to working with the Glorioso family and working very hard to kind of expand the brand, because we see what the brand means to most residents here in the state of Wisconsin, and it's awesome to see smiling faces, people coming in, hugging each other. It's just great, and we're looking forward of doing another 100 years of business.
So, Carmine, what's on tap for the 6-week celebration?
We got a lot of things going on. So, talking with my brothers, I said 80 years. Working in a family business isn't easy. For us, our management, our staff, there's a lot of long hours. So we want to show our appreciation to all our customers. In the past, present, for 80 years. So the big first giveaway that we're going to be doing is a trip to Rome, Italy.
Woo!
So we're going to be, it'll be airfare and hotel paid for. So that'll be one of them. A second giveaway that we're going to be doing is you could get a free jar of Glorioso's pasta sauce for 1 year. So you get a free one a week.
Yum.
So, keeping the sauce going. Another giveaway is we're going to be doing a sandwich winner. So you could choose from the sandwiches that we create for a whole year. You'll get one free one a week. Just stop in the store. On one of the days, I think it's the 21st, I want to say, we're going to be doing for the first 50 customers, they'll get a $50 gift card that you can find all these online. And then we'll also, for these 6 weeks of our opening, we're going to be giving away with our rewards app, Glorioso brand pasta.
People are going to be banging down the doors.
We got a lot of giveaways going on just to show our appreciation for everybody.
Well, I'm going to make us late. Gina's going to be mad here, but I want to give you just a little bit of a family history. So the Mazzoni family, that's my mom's side, right? So heavy Italian, 100% Italian, came over from Italy back in the day. I had two great aunts, Aunt Tessie and Aunt Pearl. And every year for our Christmas Eve dinner, which consists of a handmade Italian sausage, handmade ravioli. Like you can picture it, right? You can smell it, you can taste it. I mean, just the best tasting things you've ever had in your life. There's an olive recipe in our family that dates back over 100 years. And I remember going with my Aunt Tessie, my mom, and my Aunt Pearl down to Glorioso's when I was probably less than 10 years old because they picked up the colossal, giant green olives that were pitted, and we'd have a blast smashing the olives, getting the pit out, adding fennel and garlic, and making our own recipe. Well, now I'm doing the same thing with my kids, who now go with my parents. So this is 4 generations of our side of the family, over 50 years going to Glorioso's to pick up olives every year for Christmas. I had to take a different route this year, given the fire that you had, and it wasn't the same. But we'll be back again next year. You are feeding our family on the most important meal of our year.
Yep, awesome. We couldn't be more happy when we do the same thing with the olives, the wine. We do the wine making, the homemade supersada. So keep family traditions, and that's what our family's a very close-knit family. So we were very close. Michael's family is a very close-knit family. So we love keeping the Italian traditions going.
We'll look forward to seeing you at the store, Carmine. Thank you for joining us in the studio. Congrats on 80 years. The celebration begins with a ribbon cutting January 20th at 10 o'clock. You're going to want to be there. Some great prizes and maybe even a trip to Rome in your future. Carmine Presta, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You bet. It's 12:51 on WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert with my son David, president of Accunet. David, we're pre-approving a lot of home shoppers this time of year. Why should someone choose Accunet for their pre-approval?
Dad, getting pre-approved with just any lender is like showing up to a first date in sweatpants. Sure, you're there, but are you really ready to impress? Our rock-solid pre-approval is like showing up in your best outfit with reservations already made. We also have an excellent reputation among real estate agents, so having Accunet's name on your pre-approval can make the difference.
What else?
In addition to clearly stating we verified your credit, income, and down payment, we'll also run the specific home you're looking to buy through our underwriting software to see if we can approve your loan without an appraisal, which sellers and their agents absolutely love. Bottom line, we do everything possible to help you win.
Thanks, David. Don't settle for anything less. Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Hey, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is where you want to be this winter and spring and summer, for that matter, all seasons. It's Potawatomi, and they are spinning winning hits right now. January through March, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes, and you could win one of these incredible Ford vehicles. Grand finale drawings on March 27th, only at Potawatomi. More info online. You got to get there. Check out the Sportsbook. They do it this weekend. I can assure you this. The games will be on. They're always on at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Must be 21 years or older and a rewards member to play.
The 6th annual Hales Corners Hometown Boat Show is on now at MW Marine. Check out the newest fishing boats from Lund, Vexus, and Ranger, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Grab a gorgeous 2026 model or save big on remaining 2025 Mercury-powered boats with substantial rebates. Demand is high, so get to MW Marine today. Free parking and free admission. Don't miss the Hometown Boat Show at MW Marine, MWMarine.com.
Shop the January New Year's sale on better quality furniture and mattresses at Ken Michaels Furniture.
$1 in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy 1, 2, or a set of 4. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street, and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ, we celebrate the best of Wisconsin outdoors, from hunting to fishing, rock climbing, ATVs. This week, even though it's the dead of winter here in Wisconsin and the great beyond, we're talking about ice fishing. Joining us from Minocqua, the owner of Raleigh and Helen's Muskie Shop, talking fishing, ice fishing here in Wisconsin.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Well, it was 1 year ago today we were deep in tribute for the legendary Bob Uecker, Brewers broadcaster who passed away January 16, 2025 at the age of 90. A 1 year anniversary of his passing today. I know you were here, Jessica, of course, working. The Matzeks were out of town on a family vacation at the time, but certainly felt it important to be a part of the coverage that day. And that news broke late in the morning, and we were pretty much all Uecker all the time the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything went out the door, completely changed our game plan, and that's what you do in news. But also there was just this feeling of, oh, you're kidding. And Uecker was older, of course, and we knew that time was quickly getting away from him, and we knew that he wasn't in the best of health, but he just felt like this guy who was always going to be there.
So a couple of occasions throughout the program today, we want to leave you with some of the more memorable sounds from Mr. Baseball.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Levering. To my right, entering his 10th year on the Brewers broadcast team, is Lane Grindle. And just to the right of Lane, a bouquet of flowers and a chair with Bob Uecker's name on the back. For the first time since the inaugural season in 1970, there will be a season without hearing Uke's voice. The chair, just a symbol, but the weight of his loss is felt by everybody, not just in this booth or in the organization, but around the world. He was our mentor, but more importantly, he was our friend, and we miss him dearly. But he's always with each and every one of us in our hearts, every single day. But we'll do what you could want us to do, and that's talk Brewers baseball.
Is back. Here he comes. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Goodbye, Detroit. Hello, New York. Hi, Robbie Winger.
There is no one who epitomizes a champion the way this man does right here. There is no one out here. What an example for us to be with every single day. Bob Uecker.
From American Family Field here in Milwaukee on an overcast and very windy afternoon, it's the Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals in the 2022 home opener.
You never knew when he was going to show up, but when he showed up, man, was it special to see Bob.
No question. You know, he lit up the room. Yeah, it's really hard to be without him, but he'll live on. He won't miss a pitch, I guarantee you.
I'm one of the guys.
And the pitch. Hit in the air, right and deep. Get up! Get up! Get out of here! Gone! For Garrett Mitchell! He just hit a walk-off out of here! And the Brewers have swept the New York Mets! Oh my! How do you top this one?
Vince Vitrano here. Time to talk about that furnace and why it's a good idea to have my team from Urban Heating and Cooling get their eyes on your unit before winter takes hold. I've got the owner, Ryan Sopa, with us. And Ryan, first things first, you want to get into that home and give folks an honest assessment at how much life they have left in that furnace unit.
Correct. I mean, right now is a time to do your tune-up, your annual maintenance. When we come in, we make sure that everything is going to operate safely and properly for you for the entire season.
I always talk about an honest assessment. What you most want to do is get people a little bit more life out of the furnace that they have, right?
Yeah, our first goal with our maintenance is to come in there and make sure we can extend the life of your furnace and not replace.
All right, let's say it's getting time. I'm sure you've seen them in basements all over southeast Wisconsin, that one that's just hanging by a thread, just begging to break down when it gets really cold. So when it's time for a new furnace, let's talk first about how that process works. You come in with a free estimate?
Correct. We come in with the free estimate that's scheduled through our office. If we're there for a visit and doing our annual maintenance, we can also at that time tell you that it's time, and we can give you that quote at that time.
I'm sure there are a lot of options, too. Like, I don't even know where to start as to what brand of furnace, what size do I need?
Correct. That's great. When you call the office, we schedule everything. I'll come out, give you a free estimate, and go through multitude of options that will fit your house and fit your needs.
Important to note on cost, there are tax credits available, too, if you replace that furnace.
Correct. There's a federal tax credit that's ending this year at December 31st of $600. It's a huge discount on a furnace, and it's a good opportunity to take advantage of that.
Also still a major investment, so there are financing options. Folks can contact you about that?
Correct. We provide a multitude of different options for financing. The best thing to do is when you're ready to finance and accept an estimate, call into the office and we'll help you with that.
Talk to Janelle over there.
Janelle will help you out
Should
with
you
that.
tell her Vinny sent you?
We hear that all the time.
I'm sure she likes to hear it. Good. That's Ryan Sopa, owner of Urban Heating and Cooling. Reach out at urbanheatingandcooling.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs, Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes, and like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeansitwaukesha.com. Sitmeansitwaukesha.com.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
Hits 101. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, January 16th. Your top story, a big funding boost for MPS.
I'm Jessica Tighe. Charges for threatening the director of the FBI.
Some on and off flurries throughout the day. Total snow 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, high of 35. Chance of light snow tonight and a low of 15. It's 34 and cloudy in Milwaukee. At 101 from the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, Milwaukee Public Schools receives $8 million in previously withheld state funding. This comes after MPS submitted its third and final audit to the State Department of Public Instruction in just over a year. District officials say it's part of the ongoing effort to fix MPS's financial and operational issues. Last month, the district completed lead paint removal for nearly 100 schools.
A state lawmaker from Milwaukee is trying to raise awareness about a proposed constitutional amendment. It aims to prohibit governmental discrimination based on race, sex, and religion. But Democratic State Senator Dora Drake says the measure is misleading.
This constitutional amendment is dangerous because it eliminates programs that prevent discrimination, uplift the merit of all Wisconsinites, and limits our ability to govern based on the data that is presented to us.
If the state Senate approves this, the resolution would appear as a referendum question on the November ballot.
There's a new frontrunner to succeed Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. CBS's Jason Brooks.
Former Federal Reserve Governor Kevin Warsh has rocketed to the top of the prediction markets to replace Jerome Powell as Fed chair when Powell's term expires in May. The catalyst was President Trump telling a White House event that he thinks National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett is fantastic and that Trump would prefer to keep him in his current position. Hassett has been seen as a front-runner to replace Powell for some time, and as a result, prediction market Kalshi now has Warsh as the overwhelming favorite, with current Fed Governor Christopher Waller a distant second.
The president says he plans to announce his Fed chair nomination in the coming weeks.
An Oklahoma man is being charged with allegedly threatening to kill the FBI director and his girlfriend over the Epstein files.
Jacob Ray Hudson is now facing charges for allegedly leaving a comment on the Instagram page of FBI Director Kash Patel's girlfriend, saying that Patel and Alexis Wilkins, Patel's girlfriend, would be publicly executed. According to federal documents, Hudson allegedly telling the FBI all he cares about is protecting children and that the FBI director will be held accountable over the Epstein files. Hudson was previously arrested by local police in Oklahoma for allegedly yelling about killing President Trump. Alex Stone, ABC News.
New AI technology is coming to Milwaukee's 911 system with firm boundaries in place.
Officials say the technology is used for training and quality assurance, not live call handling.
The technology isn't there. AI, as it's been implemented in neighboring counties and agencies, is taking non-emergency calls. And the caller just says what they want, and then it routes them to the correct agency or department.
Director of the DEC, Tony Bueno, tells WTMJ.
Comms coach goes in, they grab the call, they grab the audio, they evaluate it, they summarize that evaluation, then they purge all of that information.
Bueno says Project Forward 911 will not be replacing human dispatchers. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management and Market Update. Everything in the green here. Not a lot of movement, but hey, why not? The Dow is up about 60 points at 49,501. NASDAQ up about 40 at 23,567. And the S&P up about 15 points today at 69.56. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. For details, visit annexwealth.com.
Matt LaFleur Watch continues. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 105.
Every year I make the same resolutions.
What, get rid of your husband?
Don't be silly. No, get organized. And I'm finally keeping it.
Because we're turning that cluttered closet into a custom space that actually works.
More shelves, better hanging.
Space for shoes and sanity.
Start the new year with a closet that makes your mornings easier.
It's one resolution you don't have to do alone. We'll design it with you.
Get started at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life. At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work. Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. Search AXIS Legal today.
Off the medication and feeling so much better. Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. One of my fellow patients, Tiara, she suffered from severe neuropathy, that's tingling and numbness in the extremities. She tried everything, finally sought care at Connect Chiropractic, and months in, her nervous system is in better sync. She's dropped 2 medications, including some heavy painkillers, because Connect Chiropractic is treating the source of the problem, not the symptoms. In Delafield, Wauwatosa, and Oak Creek, go connectchiro.com.
Put a little wow in your winter at the 31st Annual Lake Geneva Winterfest and America's Snow Sculpting Invitational, January 28th through February 1st. Watch 15 top teams create breathtaking masterpieces in snow right before your very eyes. Enjoy bonfires on the beach, a kids' play area, live entertainment, and a sparkling downtown ice sculpture walk. Plan your Winterfest getaway at visitlake.geneva.com. Lake Geneva, where it's always been the place for winter magic.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Negotiations on a multi-year contract extension for Matt LaFleur continue in Green Bay.
Until we hear different, I think we operate under the assumption that he's going to be back and they're going to figure it out. They're working on trying to get it done. That's what I expect to happen right now, but they're not done. But I believe they're going to work it out.
If talks break down, ESPN's Adam Schefter believes the market for LaFleur would be strong. College basketball tonight. Marquette continues Big East play at DePaul. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 7:30. In baseball, the Dodgers are signing free agent all-star Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million contract, according to ESPN.
Let's get you an update on the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. Some great news here. The semi-fire on I-43 in Ozaukee County, that's completely out. The semi is out of there as well. The emergency responders have left, so fantastic news. We do have a couple disabled vehicles out in the system, and we have a brand new incident right here in the Milwaukee area. Heads up on this one. This is causing a backup. I see it now. I-94 West at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. The right lane is blocked. I'm going to go ahead right now and pull up this camera and see what I can see, let you know. That camera not showing anything. Let's take a peek at this one right here. I see emergency responders out at the scene. This is in the construction zone as well. This is a tricky spot right now. Definitely a spot that is slow any time of the day, typically, because of our construction around the ballpark, American Family Field. So heads up there, we have some sort of incident. Can't tell exactly what it is. DOT not reporting what it is yet. I-94 West at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard. Heads up, the right lane is blocked. Emergency responders are there at the scene.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Whatever the weather, visit WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Tee off the new year with a two-man scramble at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Play the legendary Kapalua Plantation course on their state-of-the-art simulators. Sign up now to win cash prizes. Must play by January 31st.
On and off snow throughout the course of the day today. Total snow accumulation 1 to 3 inches. High of 35, low of 15. Scattered snow showers possible on Saturday with a high of 22. Scattered snow possible on Sunday with a high of 18. Partly cloudy and cold on Monday with a high of 6 degrees. It's 34 degrees and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 110.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
Making up my own weather terms there. Kind of got stuck between partly and mostly, and came out postly or something like that.
Greg's glossary?
Well, I saw a pop of sun, which I was very happy to see here because, I think it's going to be sunny over the next few days, but the temperature is going to be dropping quite a bit. It's 34. Mostly cloudy or partly sunny. Which would you prefer? I kind of like saying partly sunny more than mostly
I like
cloudy.
partly sunny as well.
Yeah, so I got stuck in between there.
Yeah, don't get stuck.
Okay.
A lot of people stuck right now around the ballpark.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, more evidence the flu season may be waning. Yes!
The CDC says it's seen 2 straight weeks of decline in flu activity, a big drop in hospitalizations, and a significant decrease in visits to doctors' offices. The number of states reporting high flu activity has fallen from 44 to 36. Health officials are calling the current respiratory virus season moderate. That includes COVID and RSV. There have been at least 18 million flu illnesses this season.
All right, checking out the latest stats of the flu here in our state. Flu activity in Wisconsin is going down. We're now seeing moderate activity.
Well, number 2, weak housing market conditions are a downer for home builder confidence. CBS News business reporter Jason Brooks explains.
The January Home Builder Sentiment Index declined more than expected, with lower readings for current sales conditions, sales expectations for the next 6 months, and prospective buyer traffic. For the first time in more than 5.5 years, at least 40% of builders cut their prices for the 3rd straight month, with the average price cut rising from the previous month to 6%. 2 out of 3 builders are offering incentives, including mortgage rate buydowns and discounted or free appliances and finishes.
Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, 2025 home sales were up 1% over a year ago, so basically flat, but metro prices up 6.1%. Median average home price now over $470,000.
Number 3, turns out being a parent can actually dull your sense of disgust.
Changing your baby's poopy diaper?
Oh, God!
Okay, give me the wipes.
Yeah, that can be really gross.
Get it out of her toes. But it's like a poop suit.
It does get better, though. Over time, parents' brains actually adapt to handling the disgust. A new study from the University of Bristol found that repeated exposure dulls our response. The findings suggest that desensitization can carry over beyond childcare and could help support other workers where dealing with yucky things is part of the job. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Okay, Greg, what's the one thing that you used to think was really gross but no longer do now that you're dad to two girls?
Well, I've had to catch vomit in my hands, which is not the most pleasant of things. That's not great. There was a time when one of my daughters was very young, and she would not be appreciative of me saying this, where the toilet was kind of a scary situation, especially at an airport, where it's like, well, we got to get this done. She's got to go. I'm not getting on this 3-hour plane where I know she's not going to use that bathroom. So the poop had to happen on a paper towel that was on the ground. We had to throw that away. I don't know. I suppose if you have a pet to some degree, you're used to seeing some nasty things around the house from time to time. We're overall a pretty clean family, but yes, those things are disgusting. But as a parent, you do it. You just got to do it, and you move on. And I think that's what therapists are for as well.
See, I think when you talk about dulling your sense of disgust, I would say, blowouts, they're still gross, right?
Yeah.
But there are some things, like when you have to use the snot sucker. Like, that's just kind of not really that disgusting after you use it a couple times.
Okay, Gina just gave you a look. Like, do you know, have you not heard of what this is?
It's like...
It is like a little egg-shaped sort of thing, and it's got a tube on it, and you stick one end of it into the kid's nose, and you actually suck the snot out of their nose. It collects into the little egg thing.
Like a balloon at the top.
Yeah, it's got a funky name to it. I actually forgot what it is.
I just gagged listening to that.
Yeah, that's a thing. Definitely had to do that from time. And that was like from when the girls were born until they were like 2.
Yeah.
Like we were doing that kind of stuff.
When they're real little.
Well, it's hard for kids to blow their nose.
That's just what you do.
Okay. That was flashback territory right there. Interesting stuff. It is 1:14 on WTMJ. Professional bull riding returns to Milwaukee this weekend, and we've got a champion joining us next in studio without bull.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Vince Vitrano for Hunt's Flooring in Greenfield. Still time to make a remodeling splash before you bring guests over for the holidays. In the Vitrano home, we did hardwood floors on the entire first level. From final measurement to install day was just about a week. Because Phil and Tony and the team over there at Hunt's have a giant warehouse on Highway 100, they may have your carpet, wood, or vinyl in stock right now. They'll work with you to find something in your budget, and it's go time. Hunt's is ready for your project soon as you are. Tell them Vinny sent you. HuntsFlooring.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Well, some on and off flurries throughout the rest of the afternoon. 1 to 3 total inches of accumulation are possible. A lot of that's already done from this morning. Overnight low about 15 degrees. Good chance of snow tomorrow with a high of 25. Nothing in terms of accumulation that you got to be concerned with. Kind of in a holding pattern here with temperatures dropping to the teens on Sunday, 6 degrees the high on Monday. 34 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 117. Well, it's become a yearly event here in Milwaukee. Professional bull riding returns to Milwaukee this weekend.
But watch out! Not today! Wyatt Rogers says, look at me, South Dakota, look at me.
The PBR hits 5-4 for a two-day event beginning tonight. Wyatt Rogers looking to duplicate what he did in South Dakota. 9-time event winner on circuit and joining us in our studio.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thank you all for having me.
Where's the bull?
I couldn't bring him. He wouldn't fit through the door.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. This is a fantastic event, and it's been in Milwaukee a couple of different times. And it was fascinating to see the crowds because people really turn out for this because it's unique, right? Yeah, there's a lot of basketball games that happen in Milwaukee, but the PBR is something unique and different. And it is a show, man. Walk us through like the event day and what it's like for you to be not only on the bull, but in these different markets around the country, traveling around and being your profession.
Yeah, a normal day is I get to go around and meet some awesome people doing radio and TV interviews throughout the day. Then hopefully get a nap in about 2 to 4 o'clock, head over to the event, and then normally my body's pretty sore, so I have to go see the sports med and get worked on and get loosened up and get ready to perform tonight.
What does it take, not only physically, but mentally as well, to get on that bull, do the ride, and do what you do day in and day out?
Mentally, it's tough. We say bull riding is 90% mental and 10% physical because you're going to be hurt all the time or have something banged up that could stop you or stop a normal person or from just getting up and getting out of bed in the normal day. But we have to show up to work because we don't get paid if we're sitting at home. You have to perform good and you have to do good at the event. We don't get paid to show up at the event. Most of the time we pay entry fees, and so we're responsible for our own income.
It's kind of funny watching bull riding. It's a pretty massive arena floor, right? And you got a pretty big space. But it feels like the bull and the rider are confined to this like really small area, like you never really explore the space. Does that ever happen often where you're bopping around and like you're really all over the place, or is the bull typically kind of confined and you're just hanging on for dear life?
At the PBR level, the bulls, they're so great that they normally stay within a 10-feet radius of whatever buck and shoot they come out of. That's just how they're trained. A great buck and bull does that. When you get to go into some smaller events or maybe the practice pen back home, you want to focus more on a bull that kind of is out and everywhere and that makes you do things correct and find the fundamentals of the sport. And but the professional level, everything's kind of in a small space.
To watch you is wild, but I also want people to know your story and the reason that makes you really want to do this. You ride in your dad's honor. You ride to carry on his legacy. Can you tell us about your dad?
Yes, ma'am. I grew up in a rodeo family. My dad and my mom both traveled around competing in rodeo, and I grew up going to rodeos with my dad, and at 2 years old, I started riding sheep and horses and stuff, and got into rodeo, and this has been the only life that I ever wanted to live. We grew up on a ranch. I knew that I wanted to raise cattle and stuff, and I want to just continue on the tradition and pass it down legacy to legacy, just kind of like my American dream. I mean, it might not be everyone's, but it's definitely the right way I view to raise a child, and the fundamentals and just the respect that you have to have for agriculture and everything to do with rodeo and the sportsmanship. I mean, I get to compete against a group of guys. I'm going against 45 other guys tonight, but at the end of the day, they're all going to be on the back of the chutes cheering me on, and you don't find that against professional sports. It's a true I'm versus the bull, and everything else doesn't matter. I'm going to cheer my buddy on to beat me, and he's going to cheer me on to beat him.
Your dad's not with us anymore. What would he say to you right now? How proud would he be?
I'd hope he'd be really proud, but I know one day I'll get to hear them words again, and I'm just looking forward to that day.
I know it's a tough story to tell, and certainly you can share as much as you wish, but you have a big platform, and you use it. You use it to encourage resilience and conversations about mental health. How are you doing that?
Just when my dad committed suicide in 2014, I was 17 years old. And I view it as there's two paths you can go down. You can go and get angry at the world and like kind of why did this happen to me? Or you can view it as a place to be strong and show how strong God has made you, and he's not going to put you through anything that's too much for you. You can be able to step up and maybe be an inspiration to someone around you. You never know just what someone's watching and what could help them get through their day.
Well, your dad inspired your bull riding journey, and here you are traveling across the country doing it as a profession. I do have a question about the bulls. Are they consistent from stop to stop? Like when you get to the arena, do you know who you're going to be riding, and have you ridden that bull before? How is that handled?
So on a Friday night, we normally find out our draw on Wednesday. So I've known since Wednesday. So I tend to treat it like a professional sport, and I study my bull and study tendencies and stuff like that. But a bunch of guys kind of have the old rodeo school mentality. It doesn't matter. I'm going to ride the bull for 8 seconds. And I like to know a little bit about mine. I got a bull named Reinstate Hank. He's from Phenom Genetics Bucking Bulls. They're from Minnesota. He's kind of a tough bull to ride. I think he's been rode 2 out of like 38 outs or something. So I definitely got my work cut out for me tonight, but it's nothing I can't handle.
So what makes a bull great or nearly impossible to ride? Like you said, this particular one is a little tough.
So he's just got some ill timing, kind of what we would call a hop and skip or a limp in your run or something. Like it just creates a different feel and timing underneath the bull, and he changes it up when he's spinning. He'll kick high one round and not kick the next, and it just kind of creates different momentum and influences where you want to stay in the middle of him at.
Well, can't you get over and feed the bull ahead of time, snuggle up to the bull? Can you make friends with the bull, spend some time?
If I had one superpower, it would be to talk to animals. Like I just want to go. I want to know what goes through their minds sometimes.
Any advice for the people who ride the mechanical bulls? I mean, we've got Summerfest here.
Sure.
They have a mechanical bull out there in the country area. Like, what is your best advice for those people? It's fun to watch.
Just stay on the mechanical bull. The real bulls are a lot meaner whenever you get off of them.
Don't do the real one, right? You mentioned you get kind of beat up from this. Hey, have you ever suffered an injury that you thought was kind of major or took you out of the sport for a minute?
Not just one particular injury that I think was going to take me out, but I've had a string of bad luck is what I would have called it, and it really tested me the most. In 2021, it was my last year of college, and I just really started going hard in the PBR. I made it into the top 30 in the world, and I was at the Unleash the Beast level, and then I broke my leg at my second event ever. Broke it in 4 places, and then I missed that whole season because of that. And then the next season I came back and I made it back up to 14th in the world, and then I tore my PCL and ACL in my left knee.
Oh, no.
And then I missed that season. So like kind of just back to back is just making me question whether like this is what God truly wanted me to do. Is he putting these obstacles in front of me to tell me this isn't what I'm meant to do? I'm meant to find my next journey in life already. And then I think, no, it's just to teach me that resilience is a virtue and that it's important to just keep moving forward and understand that your path might have some obstacles in it, but it's your job to get over them.
What's the wildest thing you've seen doing this?
Unfortunately, one of my best friends, he passed away in 2019 in Denver, Colorado at a PBR.
Oh, wow.
Right in front of my eyes. I was videoing it, and he was about 10 feet away from me and got stepped on in his chest. Broke his sternum and punctured his heart, and he passed away before he even made it out of the arena.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, dangerous event. There's no doubt about that. You've been in Milwaukee before. This event was in Milwaukee last year, right?
This is my 3rd time, I think. Third year in a row to Milwaukee.
How the crowd's been for you?
They've been great. They're definitely full of energy here. It's something that, like you said, it's unique to the area. They don't get to see it very often, and I love the crowds like that because they truly appreciate and love what they're getting to see, and they get loud, they get into it, and that helps the bulls, it helps me, and it makes for a great event.
All right, so 2-day event, right? So you're on the bull tonight, but not tomorrow, or how does this work?
So I'm guaranteed 2 bulls, 1 tonight and 1 tomorrow, and then off the 2 bulls, the top 12 will come back to what we call the championship round, and then you'll get on a 3rd bull, and then the winner's determined on all 3 bulls added together.
That is amazing. So a full weekend for maybe 24 seconds of riding a bull.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot of money for 24 seconds, but it's a lot of danger too.
Yeah,
best of luck.
Paid by the second. That's not a bad gig. Wyatt Rogers, professional bull riding in Milwaukee tonight and tomorrow. Check it out. Tickets still available at Fiserv Forum. Should be a great event. Wyatt, thank you so much. Appreciate having you here.
Thank y'all for having me.
You bet. It's 126 on WTMJ. We've got news coming up in just a few minutes.
Restaurant inflation is everywhere, but not at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Friday haddock fish fry is all you care to eat. All other dinners are buy one, get one free, including the pan-fried walleye, the pecan-crusted salmon. They've got new dishes. They're delicious. I was just there. Try the new twin lobster tails, braised pork shank, and the mixed grill of a filet, shrimp, and scallops, all buy one, get one free. Any entree and dessert, buy one, get one free. Even the ice cream drinks, even on the weekend. Unwind with an old-fashioned. Choose from 20 bourbons, 100 wines in the Fox and Hound's Old World Rustic Bar, 8 dining rooms, 7 real wood-burning fireplaces, It's so cozy as soon as you walk in the door. Thousands of holiday lights and decorations are still up. It's amazing and beautiful. Saturday, your second prime rib dinner is free. Also serving Saturday lunch from 11 to 2, just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Google Fox and Hounds. It's the famous Fox and Hounds. Tables are open from 4 p.m.
Hey, thanks, John. Hey, how about kicking off the new year with a delicious deal? How about this? Palermo's favorites available for you and discounted. Wherever you like to shop, you'll run into a deal here with great tasting Palermo's Pizza. Woodman's has a deal going on through 25th of January. Screamin' Sicilian, the original, thin and crispy, tavern style, you name it, you pick. It's $5.99 each at Woodman's for Screamin' Sicilian. How about Connie's? That's a delicious pizza as well. $4.99 right now through the 20th at Festival Foods. Dinner just got easy for you with Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza. Sold wherever you like to do your shopping and made right here in the state of Wisconsin. 60 years of doing it the right way. The best tasting frozen pizzas are made by Palermo's.
Sun, 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 fun, 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 sun, sun, sun.
Boaters, this is your show, the Milwaukee Boat Show at State Fair Park. Over 300 boats, family runabouts, ski and surf boats, luxury pontoons, more Lake Michigan boats than ever. Tierra, Beneteau, Pursuit, Cruisers, Sea Ray, Boston Whaler, and more. Get that boat and get that deal. See the all-new bumper boats for kids. Second weekend only. Check MilwaukeeBoatShow.com January 16th through 25th.
Ready to cruise Europe with a little sparkle? Celebrity Cruises and Fox World Travel bring you the Mediterranean with modern luxury, world-class dining, and unforgettable ports. From the French Riviera to the Greek Isles, think chic ships, breathtaking views, and days that feel like postcards come to life. Ready to cruise Europe in style? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com and let Celebrity Cruises turn your Mediterranean dreams into a stylish, sun-soaked reality.
Tough to buy a new house right now, so invest in the home you have with Matrix Basement Finishing. Vince Vitrano here. Build that lower-level space where you can build relationships. This is a spot the whole family can enjoy. Movie night, place for games with the kids. Speaking of the kids, a place where they can bring their friends. Yours can be the house everybody wants to hang out. They're out of your way. And rest easy knowing your kids have a fun, safe environment to enjoy. Financing available. Book now. Make no payments until 2028. MatrixBasements.com.
Shop the January New Year's sale on better quality furniture and mattresses at Ken Michaels Furniture.
It's 1:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, January 6th. Your top story, local students walk out against ICE. Some on and off snow throughout the rest of the day. Total accumulation 1 to 3 inches. Most of it's on the ground from last night and early this morning. High of 35, low of 15. Saturday, scattered snow showers, windy, minor accumulation, and a high of 22. It's 35, mostly cloudy in Milwaukee.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Venezuela's opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, delivered remarks today at the Heritage Foundation. It comes a day after meeting with President Trump and presenting him with her Nobel Peace Prize medal, thanking him for ousting Venezuela leader Nicolas Maduro. Machado's party is seen as the legitimate winner of Venezuela's presidential election. ABC's Karen Travers has more.
We're not hearing from the president or anybody on his team pushing hard for an imminent election there. And I think that's a critical thing, and I think that's something that Machado would have liked to have heard from the president yesterday. The White House said that at this point, the president would hopefully like to see an election there one day, but that there's no updated timeline in his mind on when that could happen.
As the Trump administration continues calls for the U.S. to acquire Greenland, a bipartisan group of lawmakers from the U.S. in Denmark today to show solidarity and opposition to President Trump's plans to take over the Danish territory. This is ABC.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:31. From the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, as protests against ICE activity continues in Minneapolis, more Wisconsin high school students are walking out of class in solidarity.
Mayor Cavalier Johnson said after the murder of Renee Good that we must be prepared for an ICE crackdown in Milwaukee. This is our way of preparing.
Students at Shorewood High School marching this afternoon near Village Hall. Earlier this week, students at Wauwatosa East High School walked out, and students at Madison East and West High Schools protested in the state capitol, Rotunda, on Wednesday.
3 people were taken to the hospital and many others were rescued after a fire at an apartment building on Milwaukee's south side. Emergency crews were called to 27th and Loomis around 6:30 this morning. Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky tells WTMJ multiple people were trapped inside. Some people were actually hanging out of the windows. The building had working smoke detectors, but no sprinklers. The cause of the fire is now being investigated.
Public health officials across southeastern Wisconsin are encouraging more homeowners to test for radon. Bill Thompson is with Wisconsin Radon Awareness.
Radon is a natural gas that comes from the ground. It is colorless and odorless, but could be potentially hazardous to your health. It is typically found in confined spaces such as basements, but once it hits the open air, it is no longer a threat to your health.
Radon is the nation's second leading cause of lung cancer behind smoking. People can bring a non-perishable food item to the Washington Ozaukee Public Health Department in exchange for a free short-term test kit.
People riding Milwaukee County buses will soon see new measures to fight both fare evasion and threats to drivers.
2 pilot programs focused on enhancing driver safety on MCTS buses and requiring riders to pay roll out January 19th. The safety plan will include plainclothes sheriff's deputies on targeted bus routes, along with plans to test larger operator shields that recently entered the market. Meanwhile, MCTS will also deploy uniformed security personnel at high evasion bus stops and on select buses to deter fare evasion. Officials say both pilots will run throughout 2026. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A pair of bills to end state income taxes on tips passes in the Wisconsin State Assembly. In one bill, tax exemptions would apply on any tips until 2028, mirroring the federal deduction passed last year. The State Assembly's GOP majority rejected an amendment to increase the tipped minimum wage, which is less than the standard minimum wage. The second bill applies to a portion of overtime pay and has no expiration date. Both bills now head to the state Senate.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall during those Matt LaFleur negotiations. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 1:34.
Since 1956, the Adair name has stood for craftsmanship, honesty, and taking care of people the right way. I'm Austin Adair.
And I'm Chelsea.
My grandparents started this company with nothing but hard work and pride in every single job. My parents carried that legacy forward, and today, my wife and I are proud to continue it as third generation of Adair Floors and Remodeling. This isn't just a business to us. It is our family name, our reputation, and our promise to you. At Adair Floors and Remodeling, we help homeowners upgrade with confidence. Whether you need luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, carpet, tile, or a full remodel, our team handles everything from design to installation. Quality products, professional crews, clear communication, and results you'll love. That's what 3 generations have built and what we stand behind every single day. Visit Adair Floors and Remodeling today at our large showroom located in Franklin, or give us a call at 414-761-3660 for a free estimate. Adair Floors and Remodeling. 3 generations, 1 standard.
We demand a lot of our shoulders and hands, our hips and knees, our backs and feet. They do life's heavy lifting, so we owe them the greatest attention in return. The Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network provides expert orthopedic and spine care to help you move, lift, turn, and reach with the most possible ease. Whether you have a sports-related injury or a nagging condition that just won't go away, excellence should always be an option. So we make our care available in nearby locations and offer same-day ortho and spine appointments when relief can't wait. It's how to recover quicker, prevent small concerns from becoming big ones, and solve complex issues with the expertise you can only get with academic medicine. We're given just one body, so let's tend to it, check in on it. Let's give it the greatest of care, because when it's tuned up and injury-free, we can always be pushing ahead. To learn more about our nationally recognized orthopedic and spine care, visit froedtert.com/ortho.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Negotiations on a multi-year contract extension for Matt LaFleur continue in Green Bay.
Until we hear different, I think we operate under the assumption that he's going to be back and they're going to figure it out. They're working on trying to get it done. That's what I expect to happen right now, but they're not done. But I believe they're going to work it out.
If talks break down, ESPN's Adam Schefter believes the market for LaFleur would be strong. College basketball tonight. Marquette continues Big East play at DePaul. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 7:30. And in baseball, the Dodgers are signing free agent All-Star Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million contract, according to ESPN.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Want to let you know this area where there was the semi-fire before, Looked like everything was out of there, but now I also see on this other camera angle that looks like we still have a semi out there. So heads up here. It's still being reported. I-43 north, just a little bit beyond the ramp from Wisconsin 32 south, Grafton Avenue. The right lane is blocked. If this is the fire from the semi, from the fire before, I just want to let you know there are no flames anymore, no smoke, but I am seeing a backup still because of it. So heads up there. We do have one other incident right now that just popped up a couple minutes ago. They're still reporting it. 94 West at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, right lane being blocked due to the incident. It looks like the emergency responders are gone, but I am still seeing some backups because of it. And that's our area around the ballpark on 94 westbound that is slow anyways this time of the day due to our construction. So we're seeing a bit more of a backup solely because there was an incident just a few minutes ago.
He is the life of parties he has never attended. If he were to punch you in the face, he would have to fight off the strong urge to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He is the most interesting man in the world.
He is Brian Niznansky joining us on a Friday. Hey, Niz.
I was actually the most interesting man in the world when that was popular for Halloween one year.
Oh, is that right? Did the beard and everything?
I was.
You carrying around a Dos
Had the
Equis?
beard. Oh yeah, carried around Dos Equis. Had the unbuttoned shirt with the suit coat and everything. Some gray hairspray. I was looking good.
I bet you could pull that off very easily.
I don't know. Depends. If I'm at my sweet spot of maybe 3 Dos Equis, then I could be very charming and very intellectual. And then it goes downhill.
Oh, my gosh. Well, some people are probably wondering, what the heck is this about? And we'll just tease it. We don't want to give it all away. But in a nutshell, the most interesting man has been revived.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I love that.
We'll get to that in a bit.
The commercial campaign that they were doing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
It's
got
so
it.
good.
I love that.
So good. 2011.
Is that going to be a Super Bowl thing?
It's actually kind of already out there in a way. I don't want to give it all away.
Okay.
I'll call you after this, and I'll let you know.
Okay, I'll listen on.
I appreciate it. Well, not a friendly commute, a little bit more than a dusting, right? I mean, it was snowing last night. It was kind of funny. I was up a little earlier than everybody else in the household, and I let the dog out. I came back into the house, and all of a sudden the kids and my wife were all in our bed saying, "Wow, it's thundering outside." I was like, "What?" Like, no, it's not. Like, no, it's thundering. Listen. And it was the neighbor having their driveway plowed. I'm like, no, it's a snow plow in the driveway. No thunder snow here.
Thank goodness. That would have been my first thunder snow report that I saw.
Right.
But no, it was an interesting event because it came in a little later yesterday evening, which spared us during the evening commute. Obviously, that was a good thing. And then the first round wasn't all that much this morning, had a bit more, but we still tallied up. I'm looking at a lot of the reports, most of the area in that 1 to as much as 3 inch range. The National Weather Service in Sullivan had a little bit more than 3 inches, but yeah, right on par with the forecast, and we got a little bit more heading into this afternoon and evening.
Speaking of that, what's the timing on that, and how much are we going to get? Obviously, you said a little bit more, so not a ton, but I know a lot of people are wondering, okay, when I get out of work and when I'm going about my business for a Friday night, what's going to happen?
Yeah, so I don't think the mounts are much of a concern, but I am a bit concerned with snowfall rates with anything that could develop late this afternoon. We have, if you haven't noticed, it's warmed up a bit. Like, temperatures are above freezing. What we're doing is we're building a little bit of instability in the atmosphere, almost like if it was springtime and we were looking for showers or thunderstorms to develop. So this is going to be convective in nature. And when you have that threat, and then you have a strong cold front on its heels, that's a recipe for what we refer to, we've done this already a couple times this year, is snow squalls. And you can get a heavy snow shower that doesn't reach snow squall criteria, and I do think that will be the case for the most part. But there might be an isolated snow shower that really takes off, and if we have strong enough wind with it, it could create that near whiteout scenario, and that could prompt a snow squall warning. Not saying it's going to happen, but it is something we're watching. So in summary, anything that develops this afternoon and evening will be a lot more scattered than what we have been seeing. However, it could briefly come down pretty good. Like, it could be like one of those things where it snows for 15 minutes, but like roads become a mess quickly.
Yeah, that was kind of the issue with this morning, just the timing of it with the commute. It was a slog getting into work this morning. I would say anywhere from 6:30 to 8 if you were out during that time. It wasn't easy to travel through.
No, the timing hasn't been good with these, and I think the timing could be pretty poor for any evening commuters this evening as well. So we get through this evening, and then I would say after 7 o'clock, that threat of like the snow squally stuff goes down. However, we're going to continue to see on and off light snow and the wind picking up again. So especially in the countryside, I think there's going to be a lot of blowing of the snow around. Visibility is going down this evening. And look for this kind of weather to persist through the weekend. And it gets colder. So tonight, again, I mentioned a cold front. Highs tomorrow will struggle to reach 20 degrees. With the wind, it will feel more like 0 at times tomorrow. And then factor in on and off snow showers. And then Sunday gets even colder, still maybe a few snow showers. And then comes an Arctic cold front Sunday evening.
Monday,
Yeah,
I'm looking at that high temp. That's brutal.
It is. Yeah, high temperature on Monday, single digits. Now, that's only part of the story. I think we could get down close to 0 in the morning, but the wind could be like in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range. So if you do the math on that, what happens is the wind chill goes down to like 20 to 30 below.
Oof.
So if it gets close to that 30 below threshold, that's where schools start to put in question whether to cancel or not. Now, I know a lot of students are off on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday, but if you have a student that you know goes to school, I would stay up with things on Sunday to see if your district ends up, pulling the trigger on that.
Good call, Niz. Appreciate it, man. Have a great weekend, all right?
You two guys embrace the elements. It's the dead of winter. We'll get through it.
We will.
Sounds
Always
good, pal.
do. We're embracing it.
Yep.
Thanks, Niz.
See ya.
Chat again next week. It's 1:43 in WTMJ. We have our weekend review coming up.
The Milwaukee Weight Loss Program has been able to change the lives of thousands of people with this incredible metabolic reset program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. There's no better time than now to give yourself the gift of a new you in this new year. Schedule your free consultation now by visiting MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi from Milwaukee Weight Loss and MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Many patients just like me, because in 2025, I lost 45 pounds. Yes, 45 pounds. And here's the cool thing. I kept that weight off. Many patients don't lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call right now.
We're pre-approving a lot of home shoppers this time of year. Why should someone choose AccuNet for their pre-approval?
Dad, getting pre-approved with just any lender is like showing up to a first date in sweatpants. Sure, you're there, but are you really ready to impress? Our rock-solid pre-approval is like showing up in your best outfit with reservations already made. We also have an excellent reputation among real estate agents, so having AccuNet's name on your pre-approval can make the difference.
What else?
In addition to clearly stating we verified your credit, income, and down payment, we'll also run the specific home you're looking to buy through our underwriting software to see if we can approve your loan without an appraisal, which sellers and their agents absolutely love. Bottom line, we do everything possible to help you win.
Thanks, David. Don't settle for anything less. Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Hey everybody, it's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Access Legal. I see firsthand how hard Wisconsin workers push themselves. From the construction crews on the roads I monitor every day to the countless jobs that strain the body over time. For many, that wear and tear turns into real pain. My friends at Access Legal understand what you're going through and they want to help. Their team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers and will fight for the benefits you're entitled to as well. Worn down by work? Contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. That's AXIS Legal.
Hey, WTMJ's John Merck here. New year, new great places to check out in the state of Wisconsin. New people to meet. New places to take your family. New romantic getaways. I hope you'll join me on Saturdays at 1 o'clock for Experience Wisconsin. We'll check out some of those very cool places, the best and brightest. On this week's show, Lake Geneva and Hayward Lakes. Wow, they've got a lot of cool stuff going on. I hope you will join us. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays at 1, right here on 620 WTMJ. We'll get you all set for the new stuff in the new year.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
A head coach's future is unknown. A controversial tweet from Republicans. The Greek Freaks' trust is waning, and more.
It's the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Fires to the end zone, and it is broken up. The Bears win it.
Announcing the first main stage act for this year's Wisconsin State Fair.
These hands are meant to hold. Thank you,
Breaker, come in Earth. This is Rocket Ship 27.
NASA is bringing a crew home early because of a medical emergency in orbit.
We're like 6 minutes in this, and we haven't asked Dr. Cha what it's like to be in space.
I can't wait to find out about the spacewalk. It's one of my top.
I've been fortunate to have 4 opportunities to fly into space and done spacewalks.
You'll see the picture of Julia as the photo was taken, and then what Grok did.
It did nothing good, nothing accurate. It's horrible.
It's
Don't
weird text looking.
watch to 855-616-1620.
What happened to your forehead?
Go after Grok.
Go after Elon Musk. You made me look bad.
8-year-old kids on the ice fighting during an intermission of an AHL hockey game.
One fan saying, "That's the best intermission entertainment I have seen in years."
Multiple people are critically hurt after an apartment fire on Milwaukee's north side.
Certainly there were no sprinklers activated because they weren't in existence in the building. I cannot stress the importance of having sprinklers in buildings.
The Bucs will put a close to one of the least memorable nights of the season.
I've never been a part of something like that before, so it's something new for me. I like it, though. I love it.
On to the Kupo, not going to be denied.
Eric and I had an opportunity to meet with the president and vice chairman of Microsoft.
We're living in a time when people have more questions about data centers, including here in Wisconsin. And we should not just acknowledge these questions, but address them head on and meet the needs of the public.
From the WIS GOP Twitter account, the text was a criticism of Mandela Barnes. The problem is, it was not a picture of Mandela Barnes. It was a picture of David Crowley. They didn't, apologize.
Of course not.
We are joined on the WTMJ hotline by U.S. Congressman Brian Stile.
There does not need to be an invasion of Greenland. Buying Greenland from Denmark, that's one thing. I think a lot of administrations discuss that.
All right, my quick Summerfest idea. 1 weekend every year, it's extended play. You go like Wednesday to whatever, Saturday night. 1 weekend out of the 3 every year. So you satisfy both groups.
Do you think he's the first person to suggest that?
Yes.
I honestly haven't heard that suggested before.
Absolutely.
The coaching carousel is starting to turn here in the NFL.
One of our fans actually wrote in and said, wouldn't it be more like square dancing? And here's the thing. Swing your partner round and round. Like, where's that coach going?
This does not include Matt LaFleur. Why? Because he's under contract.
This is a disturbing thing that's starting to impact our city, and it's impacting other cities. Criminals targeting residents through dating apps.
When you meet someone online on a dating app, people are getting jumped or robbed, sometimes assaulted, and it's turning into a problem that the police department really just wants to highlight.
You can see Giannis, the trust is starting to wane in his teammates right now.
Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Yikes.
No, Ganus is good. Ganus.
What a week, eh?
What a week.
Who uses the rock bottom?
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
That is the Week in Review, and it's brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. 151 on WTMJ.
We see you out there coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Because you know that when a spark of inspiration hits, we'll have the brands and supplies you need at prices that'll help make it happen. Like a 16-inch power tool storage rack, $24.99. 43-piece Milwaukee Impact socket sets, only $99.99. And Blaine's brand full synthetic motor oil, $3.99 a quart. Find the value you need to bring your ideas to life. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Gruber Law Offices helps those seriously injured in accidents. You focus on healing, they focus on the legal battle. They've been doing it for 40 years. Greg Matzek here. It is Gruber Law Offices. You know the name, David and his team. Powerful team, ready to take on the insurance companies. It's a family-run business, but 30 powerful attorneys ready to go to work for you, many bilingual. They can help you when you have been hurt in an accident or a loved one. You direct them to Gruber. 414-276-6666. Connect with this locally known yet nationally recognized powerful team. And a reminder, there is no cost. There's no fee, no cost to consult or retain their firm. In fact, never a fee with Gruber until they win your case. And it's what they've been doing for 4 decades strong. And giving back to the community, part of the pillars for Gruber Law Offices, supporting so many wonderful community initiatives year-round. Gruber-law.com. One call, that's all for Gruber.
Take your family to the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford for the all-you-can-eat Wednesday and Friday haddock fish fry for $8.99. Wow. You'll pay twice that elsewhere. Desserts or buy one, get one free. Google The Mineshaft. Call and reserve your table, The Mineshaft.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
Charges now filed against a Milwaukee County bus driver accused of hitting and killing a man in Greenfield.
Eric Billstad.
17 basketball players are among those facing new federal charges in an alleged point-shaving scheme.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
We've got a few issues to deal with. First of all, an accident on Highway 16.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
You remember the most interesting man in the world, right?
Absolutely. Love it. Great it.
His personality is so magnetic, he is unable to carry credit cards. Even his enemies list him as their emergency contact number. He never says something tastes like chicken. Not even chicken. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Classic.
So good.
Well, get this. Dos Equis is bringing him back. And it's the original guy.
Find out what it is in life that you don't do well. And then don't do that thing.
So after years away, the brand says beer's gotten a little boring. So they're reviving one of the most iconic ad characters ever to shake things up. The new campaign leans into nostalgia, but updates the joke, showing the world's most interesting man stuck in a very uninteresting modern life. In fact, Greg, apparently for the last 10 years, he's been uninteresting.
He hasn't been around.
Yeah, he hasn't been around. He's been uninteresting. But then this happens.
He was the most interesting man in the world. Then, the unthinkable. He forgot everything. For 10 years, he's been uninteresting. But when all seemed lost, there was a light at the back of the garage fridge.
I don't always drink beer. But when I do, I think I prefer Dos Equis.
He is, once again, the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer. But when I do, I still prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
It never gets old.
So the ad campaign would indicate that it didn't just go away. There was something that happened, some sort of tragic event in this man's life where he forgot he was the most interesting man in the world. And thankfully, things have reverted back to normal. And here he is back on your TV screen. And for good reason.
He has an accident, he has amnesia, and then all of a sudden he remembers and life changes. The first news spot, by the way, it's a 60-second commercial set to air during the college football championship game on ESPN. So that's coming up Monday night. Go Hoosiers.
Yeah, I thought maybe this would be a Super Bowl thing, but that is kind of reserved for Budweiser. Miller Lite doesn't really do a lot in that space, but Bud definitely does. So this was maybe the best beer ad campaign I've ever seen. I was totally immersed in it. Like every time that commercial came on, I wanted to hear what the dude had to say next. He always had a weird collection of things that made him the most interesting man in the world.
People hang on his every word, even the prepositions.
He could disarm you with his looks or his hands. Either way. He can speak French in Russian. He is the most interesting man in the world.
He can speak French in Russian, but the campaign helped more than triple the size of the Dos Equis brand during a 10-year run, which makes you wonder, what the heck are you doing? Why did it go away? Ride it out. Maybe they felt they could, but right now Modelo is the top U.S. selling beer in the country. So they have overtaken not only Dos Equis in terms of imports, but Modelo's taken over everybody, but that they've ceded control to other beer manufacturers.
Well, I absolutely love that the most interesting man is revived. By the way, that man is Jonathan Goldsmith, the original actor. He's now 87.
Oh, amazing.
Looking pretty good, though. That's just great.
It's never too early to start beefing up your obituary.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow here for the Waters of Pewaukee. When you visited a loved one over Christmas, did you notice something different? Maybe they're having trouble keeping up at home. Joining us now is Jennifer LeBoy with the Waters of Pewaukee. Jennifer, I'm so glad you're with us.
Thank you, Julia.
So when families notice their loved one may have been struggling at home, it can feel overwhelming. Is that common?
I hear this all of the time. Families often see changes in routine. They see some clutter around the home. Maybe their loved one's missing meals, difficulty managing their personal care. Recognizing it is an important first step, and the Waters of Pewaukee is definitely here to help.
When we notice that, what should we do next?
First of all, trust your instincts. Even small observations matter. Supporting a loved one isn't just about care. It's about helping them thrive with safety and dignity and independence.
This was our experience because my mother-in-law, we felt guilty, like we were going behind her back. Is that normal?
It is. It's very common, Julia. But exploring support is an act of love, protecting their safety, their dignity, and quality of life. And we guide families with compassion so no one feels alone.
And many people still picture assisted living as clinical or cold. What does day-to-day life really look like at the Waters of Pewaukee?
It's very, very personalized. So a lot of it is what maybe you have been doing at home for your loved one. So we can provide that extra support with help with medications, showering, daily routines, while helping them maintain their independence and their choices.
What reactions do families have when they first toured the Waters of Pewaukee?
Their reaction is, this is exactly what Mom and Dad deserve. Seeing the community, our attention to detail, and how residents are supported brings relief and hope and confidence.
Before we go, how can people learn more or schedule a visit?
Please visit thewaters.com to learn more and, of course, schedule a tour with me.
That's thewaters.com. Jennifer LeBoy with the Waters of Pewaukee. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julia.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 2 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, January 16th. Your top story, threatening tariffs if you don't support Greenland.
I'm Jessica Tighe, using AI for non-emergency calls.
Chance of light snow throughout the day, mostly cloudy and breezy, low of 15. Saturday, scattered snow showers possible, windy, minor accumulation, and a high of 22. 35 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee. At 2:01 from the WTMJ breaking newsroom, President Trump said he might impose tariffs on countries that don't back his efforts to acquire Greenland.
President Trump is threatening to put tariffs on countries if they don't support his push for the U.S. to acquire Greenland.
I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security.
European allies have expressed strong objections to the president's repeated calls for the U.S. to take over Greenland, a semi-autonomous territory of Denmark. His threat of new tariffs raises questions about what it would mean for trade deals his administration reached last year with the U.K. and the European Union. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The opposition leader in Venezuela spoke after meeting with President Trump at the White House. Maria Corina Machado gave her Nobel Peace Prize medal to the president on Thursday. She told him the Venezuelan society is ready to move decisively toward a transition to democracy.
Independently verified vote counts in Venezuela's 2024 presidential election showed that Machado's party won by a significant margin, even though Maduro claimed victory. The White House press secretary on Thursday said President Trump is still committed to seeing a transition to democracy in Venezuela and hopefully elections, but she did not give an updated timeline. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
In Milwaukee, 2 men received community service after pleading guilty to murder 13 years later. Jesse Cole and Robert Beringer entered the pleas Thursday afternoon in the death of 16-year-old Corey Stingley as part of a deferred prosecution agreement. Judge Laura Crivello.
I find from this record that a factual basis does exist for the acceptance of the pleas and that the defendants committed the crimes charged. I accept the pleas and I find the defendants guilty.
Stingley died in 2012 after being physically restrained by multiple people during a suspected shoplifting incident at a West Dallas convenience store. His death was ruled a homicide.
Ava, the AI dispatcher, now handles all non-emergency calls for service in Waukesha County. Operations manager at the Waukesha Communications Center, Chris Becker.
We're only using it for our non-emergency calls. You call 911, you're still going to get a live dispatcher. And Ava, Aurelian, does a really good job of recognizing when people might call non-emergency and report an actual emergency, they'll transfer it right over to a live dispatcher as well.
The program is 100% funded by grants.
A local brewery is helping raise money for local nonprofits in true Wisconsin style.
Third Space Brewing events manager Cara Olds tells WTMJ's What's on Tap about Pints with a Purpose.
Every quarter, we partner with a different nonprofit on a release event. The nonprofits really put all of the work into the event, and then we work on the beer side.
The nonprofit featured now is Islands of Brilliance. Co-founder Margaret Fairbanks says they offer creative technology education for neurodivergent youth and young adults.
Our long-term goal is can we get these kids access to things like jobs and, an environment where they're accepted and they're given a chance.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. A mixed bag here as we inch closer to the closing bell. The Dow is off about 21 points at 49,420. NASDAQ up 20 points at 23,548. And the S&P up about 7 points this afternoon at 6951. For sound financial advice from a fee-only fiduciary, it's Annex Wealth Management. Go to annexwealth.com and click on the Get Started button today.
Will Matt LaFleur get the bag he's looking for? Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:04.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me, not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem, and I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
The Menards 15% off bag sale is here. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it, if it fits in the bag, you save 15%. Need new tools? Updating your bath or faucet? Or simply want some snacks? Put them in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in-store at Menards and find out how much you can fit in the bag. Now through January 24th. See store for complete details.
Save big money at Menards.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PBR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call that saw sports desk negotiations on a multi-year contract extension for Matt LaFleur continue in Green Bay. If talks break down, ESPN's Adam Schefter believes the market for LaFleur would be strong.
If the Green Bay Packers don't work it out, I'm telling you right now, Matt LaFleur would get more money from other teams, and there would be multiple teams, in my mind, that would be willing to step in and offer draft pick compensation to the Green Bay Packers to get it done.
NFL playoffs resume Saturday. 2 games on the schedule. Bills at Broncos in the AFC. 49ers at Seahawks in the NFC. Sunday's game features the Texans and Patriots, followed by the Rams and Bears from Chicago. And college basketball tonight, Marquette continues Big East play at DePaul. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 7:30.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. All of our incidents have cleared. That's fantastic news. So the semi-fire in Ozaukee County, that is out of here. The incident that we had closer to Milwaukee, that has now cleared too. Just a couple disabled vehicles that are not causing problems. We are seeing the backup, and it's Friday, so there's a little bit more of it around American Family Field, right around the ballpark on 94 westbound due to the construction.
Might see some flurries throughout the rest of the day, but nothing like we experienced overnight and this morning. So the bulk of the accumulation is already on the ground, but could see some flurries flying before we get to this evening. Low of 13 tonight, high of just 25 degrees on Saturday. Expect some minor accumulation. Sunday's high just 18 degrees, very similar forecast. Monday, partly cloudy, very cold, a high of just 6 degrees. Those wind chills are going to have to watch out on Monday where those could take us. Tuesday's high 16, slight chance of snow, partly sunny skies. 35 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 208.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
We have hit the 2 o'clock hour here on Wisconsin's Midday News. Greg, Jessica, Gina with you until 3 o'clock. And we've got Wisconsin's afternoon news coming up in about an hour.
Here's your top 2 at 2 on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, a major update today from Milwaukee Public Schools. The state has released the final $8 million it was withholding, and MPS has officially submitted its 2024-2025 audit. District leaders say this marks a major step forward in fixing long-standing financial and operational issues. MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casellia says new systems, rebuilt finance teams, and stronger oversight for the progress will ensure timely reports and accurate books in the future. She says it's all aimed at restoring trust and keeping the focus where it belongs, on students, families, and staff. Stay with us. MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casellius will join us in just a few minutes here, coming up at 2:16.
Well, still no word out of Green Bay on the contract extension for Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. ESPN's Rob Demovsky, appearing on Wilde and Tausch today on 94.5 ESPN, says other deals could be holding up the LaFleur deal.
There's other things at play here. It's not just the floor. It's Russ Ball, it's Brian Gutekunst, it's structure, all that kind of thing. So I guess I'm a little confused at where things might be right now, but I was under a pretty strong belief on when I went to bed Tuesday night that Matt LaFleur would have a contract extension and Brian Gutekunst would have a contract extension, and you know, there would be some sort of news coming out at any time.
So Russ Ball, Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, all on the same contract term. So if you're going to announce a new coach, maybe you do it at the same time you announce the general manager is coming back, and so on and so forth. Demovsky also indicated that the possibility of a trade for Matt LaFleur is on the table if things break down. Adam Schefter of ESPN also communicated that, as LaFleur would be a top candidate for other vacancies around the league. It's 2:11 on WTMJ.
Planning for 2026 starts now. The best way to start is to reach out with your design ideas, and we'll work on putting together a winning game plan and design set for a 2026 install so you can enjoy hanging out next year on your beautiful new deck. And lock in on discounted pricing before the 2026 price increases. A great way to save money on your next project. Stop by our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
New year, new mattress. Start 2026 feeling rested and make an impact while you do it at Steinhoffel's. All January, stop at Steinhoffel's and test rest any mattress. For every test rest, they'll donate $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, a nonprofit creating dream bedrooms for kids with cancer. And just for trying a mattress, you'll get a $20 gift card for lunch. How about that? A better night's sleep and a chance to help make a child's dream bedroom come true. The January Test Rest event, only at Steinhoffel's.
The 6th annual Hales Corners Hometown Boat Show is on now at MW Marine. Check out the newest fishing boats from Lund, Vexus, and Ranger, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Grab a gorgeous 2026 model or save big on remaining 2025 Mercury-powered boats with substantial rebates. Demand is high, so get to MW Marine today. Free parking and free admission. Don't miss the Hometown Boat Show at MW Marine, MWMarine.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You ever wonder how your house would look if it were a different color, or had a new roof, or maybe a splashy front door? Well, you can see for yourself just by going to TriCountyContractingWI.com. Add a photo of your house and design a new look. Then call them when you're ready. TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Well, the morning commute was a little dicey. A lot of that snow from overnight right into the heart of your commute into downtown or out wherever you were going. It was slippery. Conditions compromised a little bit. Shouldn't be the case tonight, though you might see some snow flurries. The real issue is going to be temperatures plummeting down to the low teens tonight, up to 25 tomorrow. Minor accumulation of snow is possible. Sunday's forecast looks very similar to Saturday with a high of 18 degrees. Could see some snow. Where you really get into a danger zone potentially is on Monday, high of just 6 degrees, but we talked to Niz at about 1:35. He said there's potential for those wind chills to really dip below zero. The wind could be a factor to go with single-digit temperatures. So Monday could be a nasty day outside. May want to hunker down inside, especially if you're home for a holiday off day. Tuesday, back into the upper teens as we hope for a little bit of a midweek warm-up. It is 35 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 2:15.
At the top of the show, we brought you the big news today for Milwaukee Public Schools. The state just released the final $8 million it was withholding. And MPS officially submitted its 2024-2025 audit, the third audit completed in less than 13 months. This is a significant step forward in fixing longstanding financial issues within the district. MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselius is live on the phone. Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Caselius.
Happy to be joining.
Big day today. What does this moment mean for MPS kids and their families?
Oh, it's such a big moment. It really is being able to work on our operational efficiencies here, particularly in our finance department, reestablishing our trust with our community about our fiscal prudence here, and then also helps us to put this behind us so that we can begin to rebuild and focus on literacy for our students.
Dr. Caselius said there was talk about outdated systems, that they weren't meshing with the states. Is part of the funding here going to go to upgrading those systems, or has that already happened?
So we are working on that right now with our vendor, making sure that our systems are uploading to the state system, because the crux of the problem really was the language of the state system and the language of our systems didn't, speak to one another. And so, just in very easy terms, that we're fixing that now, and really excited about the work going forward, which is going to help us with our reporting and our transparency to the community.
So new systems is one thing, and it's a big thing, don't get me wrong, but how can parents be confident, and how can the community be confident that this won't happen again? What other safeguards are now in place?
We've also built a strong team. We've put in new standard protocols, operating protocols. We've also restored the control environment within the department, and we have some new staff down there, and we're really excited about.
Dr. Brenda Cassellius joining us here on Wisconsin's Midday News. The delay in funding, Dr. Cassellius, were any essential student programs or services impacted by the funding delay?
Fortunately, we didn't have any delays in services this year. What would have happened is if we continue to have delays. Now, we are getting ready to ramp up for our FY27 school year, which is next school year. We know that because we have more accurate accounting in our books that we will have a shortfall next year, and so I have been signaling since I came here that I thought that this was going to be the case, and we have some significant cuts on the horizon that we're going to have to make to structurally balance a budget and be responsible fiscal stewards of our public trust here in Milwaukee Public Schools, and we'll make those hard decisions coming up and make sure our public has a chance to react to that.
A minute or so ago, you mentioned your team and some new people on the team. MPS recently reversed the hiring of a new deputy superintendent, citing new information that came to light. We know the man is a senior finance officer at Minneapolis Public Schools and was recently placed on administrative leave. The Minnesota Reformer reports that leaders failed to submit necessary financial paperwork to the state, and that's the same issue that MPS had, of course, before you were ever in the spot. What, if anything, can you tell us about that? I know it's a personnel issue, and if you can't tell us anything about that in particular, what can you say to the community who's wondering, how did that happen that we almost got this man?
Well, I can speak to personnel issues, and all I can share is that what was learned to me right before we were looking to have him start, and he did not start with Milwaukee Public Schools, and he will not be working with our district.
Dr. Brenda Cassellius with us on Wisconsin's Midday News. So targeted school investments, I know that's another key strategy for you, Dr. Cassellius. Have you proposed dollars for renovations at schools in the system? Now that the lead has really been stabilized, it's no longer an issue, and that was tireless efforts from the county health department. How do you put resources back into the buildings to make sure that they are that collaborative learning environment, the kind of environment that you think your students can thrive in to help ultimately improve outcomes?
Well, as I've been sharing with the public, is that our school buildings are about 85 years old. So they're getting toward their life. And so we have a lot of decisions to make as a community about the investments that we're going to be making, particularly on this lead. Super proud that we were able to get our schools open for lead, and we continue the work of, kind of some of the cosmetic painting that we want to finish up in some of the schools, because we were encapsulating the lead for safety first for our children so that they could start on time. And next, it's really looking at investments and rebuilds and maybe some renovations, but that's going to take a significant amount of resources, and so we'll probably do that in a small area where we have our children who are the most vulnerable, and then we'll continue to go back to the community and see what more they can do to improve our buildings. We also have made some operational improvements and some additions with custodial staff and painters and make sure that we have the internal capacity. We've also said anytime that there's a lead issue that's brought forward or paint is chipping, that is considered an emergency work order, and we are prioritizing those work orders.
Dr. Cassellius, you have tackled so much for Milwaukee Public Schools in such a short time while being in our community, from lead to the financial struggles. I know you're working on literacy as well. What does success look like a year from now with MPS to you?
Well, success looks like rebuilding the public's confidence in the Milwaukee Public Schools. Success looks like getting a start on our literacy plan and getting our teachers trained in letters training. It's the science of reading, which is state law, and really meeting and holding ourselves accountable to the public and ensuring that we are rebuilding that trust and the expectation that we're going to serve children well in the Milwaukee Public Schools and that they can know that. I think success is also seeing a turnaround where Milwaukee parents are choosing our schools. And so hopefully we'll see some enrollment increases as well, even though we know birth rates are going down. So that makes it quite a challenge. And, of course, with what's going on around immigration, we've seen a lot less students immigrating here to the area. And so that has also impacted our projected enrollment. But we think that when we start getting going and showing some good results and rebuilding the trust, that parents will give us a second look.
Dr. Casellius, prior to the school year beginning, you made the choice to have several key administrators moved out of a central office and back into the school buildings, increasing the leadership presence and knowledge presence inside those buildings. Is it too early to tell if that decision is paying off?
Well, it always pays off to have a licensed teacher in front of students. And so I am certain it paid off for those students who had those very, very capable and qualified teachers for the time that they were there. And now we are replacing those teachers with other licensed teachers. And it's our goal by next year to have a licensed, qualified, caring, and loving teacher in every single classroom.
You mentioned the birth rate declining, and obviously there's nothing you can do about that there. You also talked about the immigrant families. I'm wondering, are you hearing as far as just fear from the kids at all? How much of a concern is it what's going on in the world right now, and obviously so close to us up in Minneapolis? Is it impacting our kids here in Milwaukee?
Well, as you know, Minneapolis is my home city and was raised there my entire life, and my children are still there, and it's very scary for our children. And, of course, they are watching it. Our children have access to 24-hour news, so they see what's happened. It's just tremendously challenging and a fearful time for many of our community members, and particularly our students who don't understand. I mean, children should just be able to come to school, play, and not have to worry. They shouldn't have to be worried about whether, family members will be in danger or whether they'll be in danger. And so I'm hoping that we'll be able to all come together, resolve these issues, and put in place real strong safety measures and policies so that we can keep our children safe.
That's Dr. Brenda Casellius, Superintendent at MPS. Thanks so much, Dr. Casellius. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
It is just amazing how much she has tackled in such a short amount of time. I mean, the plate that she got, and she knew it. I mean, she wanted that plate, right? But it is pretty incredible.
Any one of the number of things that she has had to tackle could have been the absolute top priority on any school district's list across the country. We've got lead in our schools. Well, that seems like a big problem, and it was.
We have a financial mess.
Yes.
Huge problem.
Massive issue, and they tackled it. Outcomes are still an issue with MPS, and she is certainly well aware of it. Getting more administrators back into the buildings, it's a step in the right direction. Making sure that school is viewed as a safe place where people want to be. Attendance is all part of outcomes being achieved that are better. Math and literacy are declined in MPS. And she knows it. And that, again, could have been the absolute top thing on the list. But my goodness, it was a parallel path of this all feels like we're at a critical level and it needs addressing right away. So moving in the right direction, yes, and still certainly a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, big step forward today. Now that the state has released the final $8 million it was withholding, and MPS has officially submitted its 2024-2025 audits. So huge step forward today. But that rebuilding trust, I mean, that doesn't happen overnight. It's not like we tell the community these two things and they feel better about it. So there's still a long road ahead.
It is 2:25 in WTMJ. Wisconsin's Midday News podcast is built by Tighe Limited. If you missed a portion of our interview with Dr. Brenda Casellius, you will find it along with everything else, including a bull rider. That's right, PBR coming to Milwaukee. Wyatt Rogers up on the podcast page. You'll want to check that out. Good stuff. It's Wisconsin's Midday News podcast. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Built by Tighe Limited.
Do you have a spot that's too cold in the winter, but if you jack up the heat, the rest of the house is too warm? Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Time to get Jeff and his team out to your house. Proper insulation from USA forms a thermal barrier that maintains warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Time to get in on thousands of dollars of government efficiency credits. Jeff and his team at USA Insulation find the grants, rebates, reductions, and they discount the cost of your project up front. Get started at usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
If you've been thinking about a makeover for your kitchen cabinets, let me tell you why now is the perfect time. During the New Year New Kitchen event at Redo Cabinets, you'll get 75% off installation with every remodeling project, plus no interest and no payments until 2027. That's right, 2027. It's Redo Cabinets' best offer of the year. You'll transform your existing kitchen with a fresh new look and premium products made right here in the USA. Quickly transform your dated kitchen without the hassle, the stress, and the cost of a full full remodel with premium cabinet refacing in just days. Learn about the options, the colors, the styles, the accessories, and the savings. The Redo Cabinets New Year, New Kitchen event is on now. Get 75% off installation, plus no interest or payments until 2027. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. Call 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit redocabinets.com. This year, don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. As you probably know, when you buy one dinner, you get a second dinner free every night at a great place, the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Well, through January 15th, when you buy a $100 gift card, you get a $20 gift card free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Buy $500 in gift cards, get $125 in free gift cards. Business owners, managers, the Fox and Hounds card makes a perfect year-round gift. Everyone loves a free dinner. You get great value. They get great food. With the buy one dinner, get one free offer, when you buy one gift card, it's like getting a second gift card for free. Your company will save hundreds of dollars, and your employees will truly appreciate you. And if you didn't have your company party in December, have it in January. At the Fox and Hounds, half your employees' dinners are free. It's gorgeous. Great food, great service. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the Holy Hill Shrine. Order your free gift cards at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's one of my favorite places. It's the Fox and Hounds.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief, because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
You ever have a slow shower drain where the water rises until you're standing in a murky, bubbly, hairy...
I got it, and thank you for painting that vivid picture of the ankle soup.
Yeah, up to your ankles, and you're tempted to pour all that goop that smells like industrial citrus down the drain.
Which could wreck your pipes. Why not call Capital instead? For only $49, Capital will send out a pro and get your drain flowing.
Stop living with a clog and start living with the flow. Call Capital today.
Call CapitalCares.com.
It's 2:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, January 16th. Your top story, millions coming back to MPS.
I'm Jessica Tighe, recommending prevention education for young Milwaukee residents.
Chance of light snow this evening, mostly cloudy and breezy, low of 15 degrees. Scattered snow showers on Saturday, windy, minor accumulation possible and a high of 22. Similar forecast on Sunday with a high of 18 degrees. 6 your high on Monday under partly sunny skies.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franz. And after cutting or eliminating federal funding for health care, President Trump held a roundtable on rural health care needs, vowing to lower costs for Americans. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
Facing pressure to tackle the rising cost of living, President Trump unveiling what he's calling his great health care plan.
The government is going to pay the money directly to you. It goes to you, and then you take the money and buy your own health care.
but it's not clear how that would work. Details of the plan are sparse. It's just a few paragraphs on the White House website.
In Utah, a hearing underway this hour for Tyler Robinson, the man accused and charged in the fatal shooting of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk last fall. Robinson's attorneys are asking a judge to remove a prosecutor from the case, alleging a conflict of interest since a relative of the prosecutor was at Utah Valley University when Kirk was killed. A winter storm sweeping across the Midwest and could bring snow to parts of the South this weekend. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 2:31. With a final audit submitted, MPS receives $8 million in previously withheld state funding. Submitting the 2024-25 final audit marks the third one completed and submitted to the State Department of Public Instruction in just over a year. Superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselius just moments ago on WTMJ explaining what systems are in place to ensure the district's past financial issues won't crop up again.
We've put in new standard operating protocols. We've also restored the control environment within the department, and we have some new staff down there, and we're really excited about.
The news follows MPS's completion of lead paint removal from nearly 100 school buildings last month.
As protests against ICE activity continue in Minneapolis, more Wisconsin high school students are walking out of class in solidarity. Students at Shorewood High School were marching this afternoon near Village Hall.
Today is not purely a demonstration against the increased fascistic nature of the U.S. government. It is a demonstration of how America's youth is the best organizing tool there is.
The Shorewood School District contacted parents to say this was not a school-sponsored event. Earlier this week, Wauwatosa East High School staged a walkout.
Accidents and homicides remain the leading causes of death for Milwaukee residents under the age of 44. That's according to the newest community health assessment from the Milwaukee Health Department. Milwaukee Health Department's Allie Reed on Wisconsin's Midday News.
We need to focus on our population that's 44 and under because that's over 60% of the population. And if we do a lot of prevention education, I think we can really make a difference. I think knowledge is power for people in our community.
The health department says health outcomes are strongly tied to income, education, and housing.
At least 20 recent robberies reported in Milwaukee are connected to dating apps. Alderman Peter Bergelis on what's happening.
When you meet someone online on a dating app, people are getting jumped or robbed, sometimes assaulted, and it's turning into a problem that the police department really just wants to highlight and ensure that residents in Milwaukee are just more vigilant when they are meeting strangers.
Milwaukee police remind dating app users to use common sense safety tips like meeting in public and sharing your location with trusted friends.
One of the nation's largest wheelchair basketball tournaments returning to southeastern Wisconsin. The 12th annual Big Cheese Classic will bring hundreds of athletes to Pewaukee High School for 2 days of competition. Wisconsin Adaptive Sports Association Community Outreach Director Emily Oberst tells WTMJ.
It's going to be competitive. There's going to be 4 courts going all at once, all ages, all different kind of abilities of athletes, and it's going to be very fun to watch. There's a reason why there's 300 athletes coming, and it's because they love the sport. So it's an awesome weekend.
The tournament runs the entire weekend.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:34.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve's Committee. If you're about to or just considering selling your business, you're likely experiencing a flood of questions and new priorities. In this new interactive webinar, Annex Wealth Management's Anthony Malachnik and Brian Lamborn will join me, Steve's Committee, discussing many of the key questions you may be asking, including who you should consult with, what tasks you should prioritize, and when you're ready to make that move. Join me, Steve's Committee, Anthony and Brian for this informative webinar. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the events tab to join.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports desk. Negotiations on a multi-year contract extension for Matt LaFleur continue in Green Bay.
Until we hear different, I think we operate under the assumption that he's going to be back and they're going to figure it out. They're working on trying to get it done. That's what I expect to happen right now, but they're not done. But I believe they're going to work it out.
If talks break down, ESPN's Adam Schefter believes the market for LaFleur would be strong. College basketball tonight, Marquette continues Big East play at DePaul. Hear the game on 94.5 ESPN at 7:30. In baseball, the Dodgers are signing free agent all-star Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million contract, according to ESPN.
Let's get you an update on the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have a mess in the stadium interchange. Heads up here. Yes, it's a mess anyways because of the traffic, but we have something extra. The ramp from Brewers Boulevard North to 94 West is closed right now. So that's the ramp from Brewers Boulevard North to I-94 West. It is closed right now because a car broke down right there on the ramp. Oh, it's just the worst spot. As I take a peek at the cameras here, I can see that there's already a tow truck at the scene. In fact, it looks like that SUV, they're trying to pull it up there now. Emergency responders are at the scene as well, just kind of make sure traffic slows down as they're coming up on this. But we have an SUV that is broken down. We have the tow truck out there. So they're working on it right now. In fact, one of the emergency responders just got out of the car here to discuss things. But hopefully that's gone in the next 10, 15 minutes or so because this is creating a worse backup than normal. Once again, that's in the stadium interchange right by the ballpark.
Chance of light snow tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy, low of 15 degrees. Scattered snow showers, windy on Saturday, high of 22. Scattered snow and windy on Sunday with a high of 18. Just 6 degrees for your high on Monday. It's 35 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 2:37. Well, not a day goes by I don't think about it, and you've likely been thinking about it all week. You maybe lost some sleep over it. Could Leonardo da Vinci's DNA be hiding inside one of his Renaissance sketches? I cannot get this thought out of my mind. It's been plaguing me for weeks and weeks. And finally, there could be a bit of a breakthrough. A story so unique and peculiar, we felt it necessary to welcome in ABC's Jim Ryan to explain what is going on here. Hi, Jim.
Good morning, Greg. I'm glad we have a little time to talk about this because it is fascinating stuff. And you're right. You're being facetious, but there are some researchers. They're with the Leonardo da Vinci DNA Project. And they've been looking for traces of the great master for about 10 years. And they think they might have found it. There is a red chalk sketch. It's over 500 years old, a beautiful, haunting image of a little boy's head. And it's sort of soft images, soft corners and shading, and it's been attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, always has been. And now, looking at that, they have found in the pores of the paper and in some of the chalk itself, Y chromosome that is thought to have been left there by the artist. Now, it's over 500 years old. A lot of people have handled it in those years since then, but it's been traced back, that DNA, to someone who was born around Tuscany. That's where Leonardo came from, at around the same time that he was born. So it's possible that is DNA from Leonardo da Vinci.
So possible, but could also be from someone else? And how confident are researchers that this isn't like contamination from handlers later on?
That's always a possibility. So what they do now is compare it to the remains of people that we know were or are related to Leonardo da Vinci. He didn't have children of his own, but he did have descendants, other family members. There are something like 35 known family members of Leonardo now. So their DNA could be tested and compared against the sample that was found on this Holy Child, this chalk drawing, and potentially verify that that's in fact who left the DNA on the Holy Child sketch.
Well, Leonardo was known to have a robust intern staff. He had a VP of marketing, a lot of people who could have handled this thing. I'm being joking.
IT manager, yeah.
An IT manager, yes, of course. Cybersecurity, a big deal back in the 1500s. So what specific steps were taken to prevent contamination during the sampling process? You're talking about an ancient artifact here.
Yeah. Well, sure. And obviously they don't want to get new contamination. So I've seen pictures of the people researching this. There's a microbial geneticist named Norberto Gonzalez Warbe, and he's the one who's made this discovery. And pictures of him doing the work. It looks like he's in a surgical suite because he's got a mask on, he's got his hair covered, he's obviously wearing gloves, being very careful as he swabs the surface of this rare and amazing piece of work. So they have been careful about it. But again, who's been handling it for the last 500 years? not as clear. But, I think what they're hoping is that they've been able to isolate the DNA that was actually a part of the chalk used in the drawing. That may point in the right direction. Big problem with this whole thing, though, Greg. Holy Child, the sketch might not have been done by Leonardo at all, but by one of those minions working in his workshop, his IT manager, his PR manager, his agent, somebody. So, yeah, it's not a done deal completely, but it's a step in that direction.
The big question that a lot of people have, and then some other people in a different camp don't even want to talk about, is could Leonardo da Vinci actually be cloned? Is the DNA that they found anywhere near enough to recreate a person?
No, probably not. No. And here's the other thing. There's a company here in Texas, Colossal Biosciences, which is working to, quote, de-extinct the woolly mammoth, saber-toothed tiger, some other animals, the dire wolf, and says it's had some success. But even that company isn't de-extincting. It isn't bringing back these animals. It's making pretty close copies of them. For the woolly mammoth, for example, where they'll use some of the DNA that they found in fossils to figure out what was there and then create this copy based on what they saw there. So the woolly mammoth that they'll create, Colossal Biosciences, will be an elephant with a lot of fur and long tusks and small ears and be resistant to cold weather. It's going to look like a woolly mammoth, but it's not actually a woolly mammoth. And even if they could, let's say they take the genetic material from this sketch and they're able to create a person. That person wouldn't be Leonardo. It'd be a pretty close twin of Leonardo, right? But that person, he probably couldn't draw his way out of a paper bag.
Yeah, might not have that creativity.
Right.
He just goes by Lenny. So I'm very curious about this. So Leonardo da Vinci died in the 1500s, Jim, and you look up cause of death, and it says stroke. I do wonder if indeed this is his DNA, if it could lead researchers and scientists to maybe understand more about how he passed or other aspects of his life.
Mm-hmm. Sure, and there are lots of applications for this. They'd also like to study the DNA, see if there's a marker there for not brilliance, but for his eyesight. He is said to have had this amazing eyesight that people didn't have. He was able to perceive things in the environment just by looking at them that other people couldn't. So that may be a marker there. The real practical use of this whole bit of information is that, let's say you have a painting that's been attributed to Leonardo da Vinci. If they can confirm that the sample that they found can be compared against your painting, it may prove that it was his. So sometime in the future, there may be a whole storehouse or a clearinghouse of data from past masters, Michelangelo or from Picasso, their DNA on file. And so somebody presents a painting or a work of art and says, hey, this is by Picasso. They can make a comparison and either confirm that or disprove it.
So interesting. Just because we can, though, should we?
I know. Yeah, careful what you wish for with the woolly mammoth. That thing could be trampling around your neighborhood at some point, right?
Yeah, with a long beard, just like Leonardo. I was fascinated to find out there's a Leonardo da Vinci DNA project, and it's been around for 10 years.
That is pretty amazing stuff. Next up, the dodo bird, right? Bring that thing back. It's been gone since 1692. Yep. Are they really?
That's when they're working on it. Yep.
A strange but interesting story indeed. We say have a great weekend. ABC's Jim Ryan. Thank you, Jim.
See you guys.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Every year, I make the same resolutions.
What, get rid of your husband?
Don't be silly. No, get organized, and I'm finally keeping it.
Because we're turning that cluttered closet into a custom space that actually works.
More shelves, better hanging.
Space for shoes and sanity.
Start the new year with a closet that makes your mornings easier.
It's one resolution you don't have to do alone. We'll design it with you.
Get started at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs. Bella and Baxter, an important part of our family. They're kind of like kids sometimes. And like kids, they weren't always listening, but I've got it figured out now. Thanks to Matt and his teams at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, our dogs are better behaved. They don't bark as much. They just listen better. They're happy, confident, obedient. Our house is a better house. Sit Means Sit Dog Training turned it around for us. Let them do the same for you. You can start with a free consultation. The website is sitmeansitwaukesha.com. Sitmeansitwaukesha.com.
Chance of light snow tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy, low of 15 degrees. Chance of scattered snow showers and windy on Saturday, high of 22. Sunday's high 18. Monday's high just 6 degrees. Wind chills could dip below zero throughout the day. 36 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 2:46.
It's Friday, which means it's time for Stories of the Strange on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Have you heard about this? There's now an app that pings you every couple of days to make sure you're not dead.
Well, it's a nice service.
So in case you haven't heard, Are You Dead Yet has become one of the top-selling apps out there, especially in China, where there are 120 million people who live alone.
Wait, you got to buy it? It's a paid-for app?
Yeah, but it's cheap. It costs you like $1 a year, I think is what I read.
Okay.
But some parents are starting to worry that this app will replace regular check-ins from their kids. You don't need to call mom 5 times a week if you're using the app, right?
Just need to know if you're alive. That's all I got to know.
Ding, ding, ding. Are you dead yet? Oh, my gosh. I hate the title of it. But it's very popular.
It stands out. No
I saw
doubt
that
about
one.
that.
I thought, okay, that's strange. I'm keeping that for Friday.
Have you ever ridden a train in London with no pants on?
Greg. Have I ever ridden a train? Yes. Have I ever ridden a train in London? No. Have I ever ridden a train in London with no pants? No.
Okay, 2 out of 3 for me. The 2020, I'll let you guess which ones. The 2026 official No Trousers Tube Ride took place last Sunday in London. It's an annual event. This is one of the busiest cities in the world.
Why not?
Everybody's riding the tube, right? And there's a lot of foreign travelers. There's a lot of Americans in London just checking out the scenes. What a great place. Well, can you imagine getting on the tube and realizing that 100 or so people next to you have no pants on and you might be the only one with pants on?
Are they wearing shorts?
Well, there are undergarments in many cases, but also a blouse or something along that line that might cover it up to maybe give the illusion that you're wearing nothing. It's not a naked tube ride. It's just a trouserless or pantsless tube ride. Participants gathered at Newport Place in Chinatown in the afternoon before departing in groups at 3 o'clock. Here's the rules. Participants must wear normal upper body clothing, coats, scarves, hats, but remove their trousers once inside the station or on the train. They're then instructed to act as if they simply forgot their pants.
Wait, you remove them at the station? That just gives me a weird visual of everybody just...
Yeah, disrobing right there in front of you. Okay, you dropped your pocket here. They are instructed to act as if they simply forgot their pants and to avoid provocative or revealing underwear like thongs or banana hammocks.
How do you forget your pants? Come on.
That's the idea.
You can forget a couple things. You don't forget your pants.
One might wonder what the purpose of such an event is. The event is a piece of public performance art intended purely to inject laughter and absurdity into a routine winter day. It's not a protest or charity event of any kind. You just show up, take your pants off, ride the tube.
Anything is art, right?
It is 2:49 in WTMJ. We wrap up the program and our week after this.
No thanks to that train.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Experience, knowledge, results.
That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Take your family to the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford for the all-you-can-eat Wednesday and Friday haddock fish fry for $8.99. Wow. You'll pay twice that elsewhere. Desserts or buy one, get one free. Google The Mineshaft. Call and reserve your table, The Mineshaft.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport. It's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PDR Unleash the Beast Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PDR Milwaukee, presented by Cooper Tires at Fiserv Forum this weekend. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Well, it is hard to believe that a year has passed since Bob Uecker passed away. Late morning hours, I should say, January 16, 2025. I was not even here. We were on a family vacation, but learned of the news and was happy to join programming on WTMJ. You were in studio.
I think I texted you because I knew that you would want to be a part of that. I knew that was going to be a moment that even though you were on vacation, I thought we got to give him the chance to be a part of this because Bob Uecker was just a part of our lives for so long, and you being in sports for so long. I just figured if you can get on the phone, you're going to want to be a part of this.
Yeah, and it goes back to the way the Brewers season ended that year against the Mets in the playoffs. And we had a discussion on this program. My view of that all playing out in the clubhouse after the game, it felt very final for Bob. And it wasn't that was likely my last broadcast. It was the conversation with the players was more, this might be the last time I see you. And it's just, boy, that really weighs on your heart. So, very tough day. But a year ago today, the passing of Bob Uecker at the age of 90.
I'll never forget it. It was one of those breaking news days where this was breaking news that really just silenced the building in a way. I mean, not just the news team, but we've got the ESPN guys as well. We've got the Truth team. It was one of those things we knew Bob was older, obviously, and we knew that he was not in the best of health. But you just felt like Bob Uecker was always going to be there. And in some ways, I like to say he still is because we do. He's just a part of us. He's a part of the Brewers still. But it was such a sad day. I remember, we were jumping on the phone to get everybody we could on Wisconsin's Midday News, and I remember Jonathan Lucroy coming on to share some awesome memories, and there were a lot of laughs as well because that's what Bob Uecker did. He made you laugh, and he would want us to think back like that.
No doubt. So we leave you today with some of the best calls from Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker.
And the pitch to Paulie is line to center. Get down, ball. Lynn coming on. He can't get it. The ball got by him. All the way to the wall. It could be an inside the park home run. Jackson the pickup. The throw. Molitor coming on. He is in standing. And it is 4-2 on an inside the park home run by Paul Molitor.
Leads the pitch. Is hit over Cooper's head to right, a base hit. Here is Reggie turning second, trying for third. Moore's going to have a play on him. The throw in time to get Jackson. Oh, what a throw by Moore. Oh, what a throw by Charlie Moore. He was right on line to Molitor, and Molly was waiting for Jackson when he got there. It's over! The Brewers have won the American League pennant! Milwaukee, you have a World Series! Thousands of people streaming on to the field at County Stadium! It is absolute pandemonium!
The pitch, a swing and a fly ball, right field and deep. Get up, and get out of here! Gone for Swaim, and they've done it again! 12 in a row on a two-run blast by Swaim to win it. Oh, my goodness! Holy cow, do you believe it?
Back in against Mesa, who is working from the windup. The 0-1 pitch. Swings, and there it is! A base hit in the right center. He's done it. 3,000 for Robin. Swinging a drive, right center and deep. Get up! Get out of here! Gone! swinging a drive. Left center and deep. Get up. Get out of here. Gone for Ryan Braun. And they've got the lead. Oh, what a shot by Braun. It's his 37th of the year. Sabathia sets. Here it is. Swinging a bouncer. Double play ball. JJ second. Relay. Double play. Hey, they win. And the Brewers have beaten Chicago. Here it is. Hey, struck him out. Swinging. And this game is over. And the Brewers await the final outcome from St. Louis. And delivers. Morgan a smash up the middle. Bates hit the center. Here comes Gomez. Around third. A throw and the Brewers win. The Brewers are moving on a base hit by Nyjer Morgan. He's being mobbed. Wow, what a scene. Here it is. Yelich sends one to right center and deep. Get up. Get up. Get out of here and gone for Yelich. He has tied the game with a booming home run into right center field. No doubt about that one. On a big home run, the pitch. Ryan Braun sends it to left center and deep. Get up! Get out of here! Gone for Ryan Braun. He just hit a walk-off out of here. And the Brewers have come from behind to beat the Cardinals back-to-back home runs with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Ryan Braun wins it with a walk-off. Yelich tied it, and Braun does it, and the Brewers come from behind to beat St. Louis.
I'm John Mercure, joined by Dr. Jake Bowens. He is an orthopedic surgeon at Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Dr. Bowens, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
What's your specialty when we talk orthopedics?
So I'm a